The Arctic air trying to get to our region. It's impacting Hobbs and Lovington today at 45 degrees, but a big drop to 32 degrees for Hobbs and Lovington for a high on Tuesday. And Carlsbad Artesia at 37 degrees on Tuesday. For W105 FM, I'm meteorologist Ron Alberts.
Your country plays on W105.
Be in the Breakfast Club powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet. Online at carlsbadchevrolet.com. Text line at 877-396-W105. Brought to you by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Online at amigo-machinery.com. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer. And YouTube, Rumble, and Facebook video feed brought to you by Desert Sand Water Well. Online at desertsandsnm.com.
It's Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
I have a dream.
Martin Luther King Jr.
Martin Luther King Jr.
Free at last. Free at last.
Selma to Montgomery's got to be 50 miles.
Thank God Almighty. We are free at last.
Thousands of people came to Selma.
Great man.
A great man.
Civil rights. A great leader.
We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal.
Happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
It's showtime.
And good morning to you. It's already 8 minutes after 6. Got a lot of stuff to get to this morning. The governor of New Mexico makes some big moves over the weekend starting Friday. Blake, why do they do these press conferences on Friday?
It's called a news dump, and they do it so that it gets overlooked on the weekends.
There you go. I was going to ask you, Tom, but I was going to get this long, drawn out. Yeah. They think everybody is asleep at the wheel, is basically.
Yeah, they
you notice.
And this governor's office does it a lot.
Yeah, and I mean, Biden does it a whole bunch too. But what the governor did on Friday is getting national attention. I'll get to that. The question of the day this morning, do you let somebody smoke in your home?
No.
Do you let them smoke in your home?
Yeah.
Hey, if you want to talk about Martin Luther King Day, we could talk about Martin Luther King Day. My thought for the day, I don't want to say it before I get to the thought for the day, but do you think race relations have gotten better now, more so than before?
No. I think that they were set back.
I think they're worse.
Yes.
I think they're worse. And I think part of the reason they are worse is because we allow racism to go along with and use the term, well, that's kind of like, it's not really racism when they segregate people. Of course it is. And Dr. King fought against segregation, but you have colleges that are now segregating based on color of skin. And that color of skin is actually the African Americans are asking to be segregated. Can't make this crap up. I think Dr. King is rolling over in his grave.
Yes.
Tom, do you think race relations are better or worse?
From the time that Martin Luther King gave his speech, no, they haven't changed.
You don't think race relations are any better?
Nope. And I'm a minority, and I can tell you they have not changed.
So you being able to get a college degree, which we still haven't seen the college degree, but I'll let that go. You being able to run to the bank and get a loan, you can't do that. You screwed up your credit.
Whose fault is that? That's mine, right?
Yeah, but the point is, we just had a African American president of the United States. Don't give me this crap that things aren't better. Harvard had a African American president of the university. Don't give me this crap that things haven't got better.
Well, I haven't. That's my opinion.
So you think things are a status quo, the same as they were back in the 60s?
I think the thinking hasn't changed. Maybe some other things have, but the thinking among it's just individual people have not changed.
So okay, let's dig deep, because I'm going to dig a little deeper.
Okay.
Sometimes with Tom, you got to dig a little deeper. So back in the 60s, unfortunately, black people were being segregated based on color skin. They couldn't go to the bathrooms, couldn't go to the water fountains, couldn't sit at a table in a restaurant with white people. You don't think that's gotten any better?
Of course it has.
Oh, okay. Thank God. Finally, but you just said things haven't gotten any better.
They haven't. I mean, you
I'm going to interpret for Tom because I think I know what he's trying to say. I think that things got better, but then under Barack Obama, things went backwards. I think is what he's trying to say. I don't think he's saying that things didn't get better.
That's what you're trying to say. I agree with that.
Yeah. Well, I think you're right there. Blake.
Yeah. All right, 612. We'd love to hear from you about race relations, or do you let somebody smoke in your house? On number 877-396-W105. Big weekend for professional football. College football is down except for the coach changes, and big coach change in college football as Alabama hires the Washington coach.
The guy who lost the championship?
For the national championship.
That's crazy.
But he played for the national championship.
Right.
He did play for the national championship. The only problem is that he's only been in major college coach 2 seasons, 3 seasons.
Yeah.
No. He's been a major college coach for several teams. 3 of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Go ahead, do tell.
Well, he was
ahead.
Of course, Washington.
Oh yeah.
The University of Washington. I believe he had coached at South Dakota. One of those other
major college, South Dakota.
Division I.
Yes. Major college.
But he won, B. That's the key, see? He won wherever he went.
College.
Everywhere he went, he won.
Congratulations. And Nick Saban supposedly is going to be still a part of things. Look, They were turned down by Lane Kiffin. They were turned down by Dabo Swinney. They were turned down by multiple quality coaches.
Right.
Nobody wants to take that job and have to, he'd
be the next
go
guy.
against the legend.
Right.
Well, and that's why the Washington coach is a good fit.
Right.
Because he does not yet have a legacy.
Right.
Right.
To
and
worry
I'm not
about.
saying
So you can
I'm
follow.
not saying that he won't do well, because Alabama will recruit well.
Right.
And they have a good talent pool. The only problem is the boosters. Nick Saban was able to keep the boosters at bay.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Hopefully this guy can keep them at bay, because that was the problem with Mike Shula, with the other 3 coaches that they brought in. They could not keep the boosters at bay. So, big game yesterday, Tom. You had said the Cowboys are probably going to win the Super Bowl, and the Packers.
I think I
came
called
out,
that.
And Blake did call it, and the Packers came out and won.
Blew them out.
And we also found out that Miami cannot play in extreme cold conditions.
No.
And but the Cowboy, it hurt.
Here's my
not for me, but
it hurt.
Fans.
Here's my revamp prediction. Okay, because these two teams have nothing to lose, and that's exactly the way Green Bay played yesterday. Houston, Texas, another young team, and the Green Bay Packers.
I mean, think about where Houston was a couple years ago. Look where the Browns were a couple years ago. And I don't follow NFL, but I do follow them. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to tell you how much I don't follow the NFL. I was surprised to see the Texans play into the playoffs. That's how much I don't follow the NFL.
I think that you could be wrong. Everyone is overlooking the Baltimore Ravens, and I caught a couple of their games this year, and they played well this year. They are the AFC #1 seed, and I would not overlook them.
Really? I would.
So, sorry, Cowboy fans. Look, and I'm just going to throw this out there. I don't believe the Cowboys. This won't be the first time I've said it. I don't think the Cowboys will win a Super Bowl until Jerry Jones and the Jones family have nothing to do with the Cowboys.
That could be. But I think I think it's, everybody immediately got on the fire Mike McCarthy bandwagon, and I don't think that Mike McCarthy was the reason they lost.
What was it?
Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
Man, you got to get look.
Play.
He's not. It's not that he's a bad quarterback. Okay, he's a good quarterback.
He's not among the elite.
He's not a great quarterback.
Right.
It's the old
they
thing.
Sure pay him like he's
he's
a great quarterback.
It's the old you have $1 million arm but a 5-cent head problem.
Yeah.
Right.
There you go.
That's his problem.
Well, he took the blame yesterday.
Well, he should.
Well, he did.
He threw more touchdowns. And up until the fourth quarter, he threw more touchdowns to Green Bay than he did to his own.
It's awful, dude.
Pretty sad.
Now 2 games tonight
also,
on Monday Night Football.
Big moves. What's the wrestler Tom Goldberg?
Yeah, Goldberg
just signed to play at Colorado, and Tevin Griffey, who Ken Griffey Jr.'s son, just signed to play a college football at Boise State. And Alabama has lost, supposedly, a bunch of kids into the portal, including the quarterback. I saw early this morning that the quarterback was entering the portal. And there's just so much uncertainty at Alabama at this present time.
Neil Moore. We're talking about Neil Moore, B? The quarterback?
The starting quarterback.
Wow, dude.
That's what I did see on a forum this morning.
Well, he ain't even that good.
Melrose. What did you say his name was?
Milroe.
Yeah. Milroe. Yeah. He supposedly he's leaving. We'll see where that goes. All right. Quick check of the weather. It's going to be crazy. Martin Luther King Day. Increasing clouds. Check of the weather being brought to you by our buddies at the Twinwell Fuel Station, driving on 128, exit Buck Jackson Road, and go down about 2.75 miles, fill up, large facility, covered in case it's raining or snowing or sleeting. They've got you covered. And they do sell all diesel, red diesel, green diesel, DEF, unleaded gas. They're open to the public. They accept all credit cards, debit cards, and fleet cards. So if you're on 128, need fuel, exit Buck Jackson Road, go down 2.75 miles, fill her up today. All right, 39 for the high today. It's going to be cloudy throughout the day, but 39 for that high. Winds are not going to be a major issue today. Yeah, about 10-mile-an-hour winds. Tonight, 7 degrees. 7 degrees for the overnight low. Wind chill value will be about -7 as the winds will gust up to more than 20 miles an hour. Tomorrow, a cold day tomorrow. We'll barely get over freezing tomorrow. High temperature 33, wind value -2. And then Wednesday, 62. I'm not going to say the weather should go to desert functional and get that hormonal optimization, but I'm going to say it. I mean, the weather is all over the place, but today, 39 for the high, and wind chill temperatures, they say, are going to be, with the wind blowing out there, it's going to be cold today, about 1. But we'll get in the minus temperatures coming up tonight. Quick check of the weather being brought to you by All American Cleaners. All American Cleaners, family owned and operated, treating you like family. Wash, dry, and fold your clothes. 17 pounds, $16.99. They can dry clean your clothes, start you up. All American Cleaners. Find them today. Roswell, Artesia, Carlsbad, Lovington, and in Hobbs, America. Price of oil is on the way. I'll get to the tweet of the day. Tom A. in charge of the text.
All right. Good morning, guys. How about that global warming? Ask this one texter. Another one says, never mind the fact that the defense allowed so many points, to be put on the board by the Green Bay, but to be put. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My
it's a long one.
Yes. Never mind the fact that the defense allowed so many points to be put on the board by the Green Bay Packers. Yeah, go ahead and blame Mr. Dak Prescott.
I will, because the Cowboys' defense is one of the best defenses in the league.
They sucked all year, dude.
No, they did. Go look at the stats.
No, they did. I don't even follow the game, but I can.
The reason the Cowboys.
No. The 5 games they lost, they were blown out. They were blown out yesterday, too, by the Cowboys.
Doesn't help when Dak Prescott's throwing pick sixes. That's all I'm going to say.
That's true. All right, this other texter guy is saying, I kind of agree with Tommy. Things got better on paper, but there's still a lot of racism under the table. Some people may not put on an equality face, but will stay clutch to their purse if something gets too close. Now, with that comes TV shows, rap videos, that still makes you question.
Those people that put on that face and clutch their purse are called Democrats.
Maybe right.
Well, and here's the deal. That works multiple ways.
Yep.
That makes that works in multiple neighborhoods. Clutching the purse. It just doesn't cut. It just doesn't cut one way. Right. I know the media wants you to believe it only cuts one way, but it doesn't. It doesn't cut just one way. If you go into a bad neighborhood, it doesn't matter the minority neighborhood or the majority neighborhood that you go to, and you're a different color. Maybe you're going to hold on to things.
Yeah.
Maybe you're going to grip your pistol, whatever the case is.
B, there was when our family moved to Twin Falls, Idaho. We're a migrant family, farm family. And my mom told my dad, I am not going to live in another labor camp, but that's where we live. And so he said, you pick you somewhere outside those labor camps. He got us a house in the middle of suburbia, all right? We're the first Hispanic family there. So the 2 neighbors just didn't know what to think of us because there were no Hispanics ever lived in it.
Right.
We were the first Hispanic family in the elementary school district. So I remember so vividly that the next door neighbor had a young family, and she wouldn't let the kids come over and play.
Well, and people that don't know, don't know.
Right.
I mean, that's a good look. I see kids all the time, young kids that are afraid of me here in the Philippines. It's not that they're racist. They don't know.
You're exactly right.
You're different.
They don't know. They don't know what I'm about. I'm different. I look different. I have a long nose, white skin. I'm different.
You're bald.
No hair.
That's true. That's part of it.
And so I look different. And so what people don't know, and that's why we've done an awesome job teaching people. But, racism goes both ways. I'm gonna be honest, Tom, and I've said this before. When I was a white man raising brown kids, and we would go into a predominantly Mexican restaurant, I would get the looks. And I understand the looks. Here I am, a white guy with 5 Mexican kids. You don't see it every day.
And
but I think sometimes we confuse racism for people don't know.
Yeah. Because, there was reverse racism on me. Because when we left Idaho, we went back to Texas, right? And so I couldn't speak Spanish anymore. And they started calling me an Oreo cookie.
Man, look, when my kids came to Dexter, New Mexico, and spoke no English and looked Mexican, I mean, no, they didn't speak they speak a little English. Not good English, but they spoke no Spanish. You don't think they got it from the Hispanic kids?
Oh,
of course they did.
I know. I know the feeling.
Of course they did. But, sometimes what we don't know is what we don't know. But you know what? We have so many integrated households, blended households now, that sooner or later that's going to end. But I've seen racism. Look, I worked at African-American radio stations. I was the only white employee.
LB?
Sometimes I felt that I was being discriminated against. But then I noticed the way that the light-skinned African Americans treated the dark-skinned African Americans.
Oh, wow.
So
yeah.
there's cliques. Look, and then I own my own radio station, Spanish radio station. I saw the way the Tejanos treated the migrants.
The nationals, yeah.
So there's racism everywhere. It's just sometimes we have no love in our hearts.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a whole bunch more. I'm going to get to the tweet of the day coming up. Joyce Randolph. Tom, you remember who she was?
Joyce Randolph. She's on Three's Company?
Honeymooners.
Oh, okay. What about it?
Trixie from the Honeymooners passed away over the weekend. She was 99 years. She was the last surviving member of the Honeymooners. She almost made it to 100. ABC announcing that the next season, the seventh season of The Good Doctor, will be its last. I don't even know what that is. I have no idea. All right, thought for the day this morning being brought to you by our buddies at Wakefield Oil. 35 years serving Southeast New Mexico. Quality products, excellent service, dependable. Boom or bust, they deliver in the patch. On-road or off-road, they are there for you. Unleaded gas, diesel, DEF value, interstate batteries, they can deliver that and more. Find out more information at wakefieldoil.com. Thought for the day being brought to you by our buddy at Wakefield Oil. Thought for the day is 8 years under Obama, did a lifetime of work by Martin Luther King Jr. Martin Luther King would be so disappointed if he was alive today. Happy Martin Luther King Day. And let me just say this. I think Martin Luther King would be not happy with Black Lives Matters and the movement today to segregate blacks from whites. You have to remember that speech. I Have a Dream was about integrating kids together. And we were there. And we still have a lot of that, where little white boys are playing with little black boys and brown kids and Asian kids. They're all getting along.
Mm-hmm.
That was the dream. Segregation wasn't the dream. That's what he fought for. He fought against it. My thought for the day. All right, let's get to the tweet, and then I'll come back. We got a lot of news coming out of Lee County this morning. Our number 877-396-W105. Tweet of the day this morning being brought to you by Rig Outfitters and the Home Store. Find them today in the Broadmoor Mall looking for winter clothes. Maybe you're working. You're in the patch, looking for coveralls, looking for FR jeans, looking for gloves, neck gaiters, hats, whatever you're looking for, they've got you covered. Furniture and appliances, electronics, they've got that too. So, but get in there today to the Broadmoor Mall, Rig Outfitters, and the Home Store. Right next door is Scrub Outfitters. They have the largest selection of scrubs in Southeast New Mexico. Largest selection at 100 miles. Healing Hands, Mecatours, Dickies, Peaches, and others. And they have a huge selection of compression socks, all designs and all colors. And they also have, of course, the comfortable shoes. Scrub Outfitters, Rig Outfitters, find them in the Broadmoor Mall. My tweet of the day dealing with gun control. And then we'll dive into the governor's gun control. But listen to this.
20 states are trying to ban .556 ammunition. Is your state one of them? Stay tuned to find out. And they're going to try to do it through Joe Biden's new agency, the White House Office of Gun Violence Prevention. And they can use the ATF if they want to. You see, the White House Office of Gun Violence Prevention was something that was created by Joe Biden. It's a new agency which can do executive acts. Now, what I find really ridiculous about this is .556 is some of the most, if not the most popular ammunition in the United States. And one of the first steps they're going to take in doing this is by going after Lake City Ammunition Plant, which is one of the government's largest contractors for ammunition, and they make a lot of ammo for civilians, 40% of the civilian ammunition market. They're blaming Lake City Ammo for any crimes where their ammunition was used. So, is your state one of these states? Let's find out. California, Arizona, Connecticut, Delaware, Hawaii, Illinois, the state of Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Nevada, the state of New Jersey.
Here we go.
New Mexico, Oregon, Rhode Island, the state of Vermont, the state of Washington, which, by the way, on a state level, they're also trying to ban ammunition, saying that ammunition is a privilege, not a right. And, of course, Washington, D.C. Was your state on that list?
Yeah, our state was on that list. If you live in Texas, you're blessed because your state was not on the list. We'll get to the governor coming up in just a second. How many gun control bills did the governor come down with?
I think there's 5 that are going to be introduced.
Yeah.
So we'll get to that. And I got the Republicans' response to the governor. We will get to that in just a second. Jimmy Johnson, did you hear him at halftime?
What did he say?
Here's what Jimmy Johnson said on the halftime show.
I don't need to have people pointing the fingers one thing or another. You get your rear end in there and you play the way you know how to play. We can win the game. We're going to open it up. We're going to go fast tempo. Defense, get after Jordan Love. You can't give him that much time. You do what you're supposed to do, we'll win this game.
All right. That Michael fired.
No, Mike, no.
Let me get in front of you. Me first.
So Jimmy Johnson was fired up. Of course, it was last week that they inducted him, right?
Right.
Yep.
He was a little bit upset.
He felt like he was the coach.
Yeah. I remember when Jordan Love, I think it was 2022, 21 or 22. Mm-hmm. He played at Utah State.
Yes.
Utah State came to LSU and played in Tiger Stadium. And I remember seeing this kid and saying, he's going to be a gamer.
Yep.
He is going to be a gamer. And look at him now. Unbelievable.
Superstar was born yesterday.
Yeah, superstar was born. Craziness. Deputies, Lee County Sheriff's Office responded to a call from Covenant Hospital on Saturday. Make that on Wednesday. This news release just coming out. This is Wednesday, January 3rd. Upon arrival, they learned a 14-month-old infant had been brought in by its mother with severe injuries, including broken bones, bruised, and brain trauma. Due to the severity of these injuries, the infant was airlifted to Lubbock. Upon further investigation, several interviews, they determined that they were caused by the mother, Brianna Hernandez, 21 years old. She's from Hobbs. And her boyfriend, Dominique Jesus Martinez, 23 years old, of Hobbs. Hernandez was arrested and booked into Lee County Detention Center on the following charges: abandonment and abuse of a child causing bodily harm, first-degree felony; abandonment and abuse of a child, third-degree felony. Martinez booked into the Lee County Jail, abandonment and abuse, child and causing child harm, bodily harm, first-degree felony, abandonment and child or abuse of a child, a third-degree felony. They're still investigating. And, you know, there is a reason why some people should not have babies.
Right.
There is a reason, and hopefully I don't offend anybody.
Well, if that baby survives, it's going to be a long time. Consequences.
There is a reason why cockroaches should not be out there procreating. If you don't have the temperament to have a baby, you shouldn't have a baby. And then I'm going to ask this bigger question. How many other babies do they have? How many other kids do you have?
Right.
When I see stories about babies being injured, it just infuriates me.
Oh, God.
That baby didn't ask to be born.
Mm-mm.
That baby didn't want to be born, probably. He probably didn't want to be born into a bad situation, but the baby is born into a bad situation, and now it's your responsibility. And by God, it's the responsibility of this state to ensure that child, and watch it. Let's follow this story. A year from now, that baby will probably be in that same house.
Yeah, because CYFD.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but look at that poor little boy in Carlsbad.
Oh, yeah.
That was put back in the drug addiction den with his mother and grandmother, and it just continued. Craziness. All right, Michelle Lujan Gresham's anti-gun attempt making national news. This far-left governor, Michelle Lujan Grisham, who intends to yank the guns from law-abiding citizens, is making a big push and getting national attention. She is getting national attention because of her far-left stance,
of course,
on guns. This was big news on Fox Friday night after she made her press conference, and so this is a huge step to take people's guns away. And what she's saying, that it's all about keeping us safe. New Mexico Sporting Association said the governor wants to bring forward gun legislation in the 30-day session. Number one, a semi-automatic rifle ban modeled after the failed federal proposal by Martin Heinrich.
Imagine that.
Banning the carrying of firearms in parks, playgrounds, or near polling stations. Has that been a problem near polling stations?
Nope.
Never.
But if you think about why that is, because they're gonna put a zone around it, right? And most of those polling stations are where public gathers, right? So they're basically they're figuring out, because you have schools, fire stations, churches, city and county buildings, and all that kind of stuff, right? So if you have a zone around it where you can't have a firearm, how much of your city is going to be covered by that you can't have a firearm zone?
They also would raise the age to purchase a firearm to 21. Currently, it is 19. They would also put a 14-day waiting period on top of when I guess when the federal check comes back, they would hold that gun for 14 days. Right. And I always like to follow the numbers. I would love to know how many guns that were bought were immediately went out and used in a crime.
Very few.
Very, very few. This is just another deterrent for law-abiding citizens.
Yep.
Expand New Mexico's red flag gun confiscation law, because it's been used so much. I think in 3 years that it's been in effect, 5 times the red flag law has been used.
Well, and that's why she wants to, quote, expand it, because they want to force sheriffs around the state to go and take people's guns.
Right.
Just because they've been accused of maybe something.
And then the last one, here we go. Last one would make it easier to sue gun manufacturers and retailers. You want to see gun retailers move out of New Mexico? Nobody wants to be sued. If somebody uses a gun to commit murder or to commit a crime and they sold you the gun, you can go after the gun retailer? This is nuts. This is nuts.
Well, that's their goal.
Yeah, well, no doubt. So what you're telling me is, if somebody sold you alcohol, you weren't drunk at the time, but you proceeded to go home and drink a 30-pack, and then you got on the road, and you got in an accident, and killed somebody, they're going to be able to go sue the person that sold you the alcohol?
And more people are killed that way than from firearms.
Yeah. But the whole thing is kind of crazy. But the governor's anti-crime bill, you've got a handful of bills, and not good. Of course, her justice system bill, she wants to, a big shift from catch and release. Oh, at least admit you were wrong. At least you admit that you were wrong. And she says most of these bills are bipartisan bills.
Nope.
Here's what she had to say.
This is the biggest, most comprehensive public safety package, I think, probably in the history of the legislature.
In the history of the legislature. Boy, she's not full of herself, is she?
She's not.
I mean, she really isn't. But here's what else she had to say about bipartisan issues.
It's the most together we've been on addressing public safety, crime, and gun violence since I've been involved in government, and certainly since I've been the governor.
So, and she came out with a mask on.
Oh, God, here we go.
I mean, why you got a mask on?
Because the elections are in November.
Oh, okay, I got you.
And you got to
keep wearing masks.
If you look at the timing, we're in January. Think about what last time they shut this down. They waited till March.
Oh, we're not that far away.
Yeah, they waited till March.
Rod Montoya spoke out. He did the answer for the GOP. Here's what Rod had to say.
Anything that she's repurposing, let's make sure the credit goes where they go, and that is Republicans have been introducing these year over year. And just now, because of political pressure, the governor will introduce them.
I mean, it's true story. True story. I mean, how many bills have been turned down by this governor because she, when it came to ending catch and release and so on and so forth? But now it's her idea. Thank you, Governor. I don't think we can live without her. I don't think we could live without you. Fannie Willis. Fannie Willis. Of course, Tom, you know who Fannie Willis is.
Yes, she's a source of income.
Oh, what? She's a what?
A lending program.
No, that's Fannie Mae.
Oh. The neighborhood.
You getting your fannies confused, boy.
She's the district attorney in Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. So anyway, she's getting allegations of improper relationship with the guy that is actually the lead prosecutor in the Trump case. And he has been paid over $1 million so far, and they've got a thing going on. Remember that song, Tom?
Yeah.
Me and Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones, we got a thing. Well, this is the case of Mrs. Willis. They got a thing going on,
about, Willis?
Yeah, exactly. It's not enough. It's not enough that Fannie is putting together this sham against Donald Trump, but now she's screaming racism at a African-American church yesterday.
You cannot expect black women to be perfect and save the world. The Lord is completing us. We are not perfect. We need your prayers. We need to be allowed to stumble. We need grace. With that kind of support, we will move mountains and do Jesus.
Well, I have no problem with moving mountains, black folks moving mountains. I have no problem with that. Did you at least get up there and say the magic words like Jimmy Swaggart? I have sinned. No, you didn't do that?
What she said is, we deserve grace and room, but we won't give it to anyone else.
She didn't give us the I have sinned. I have sinned. But she turned it into a race matter. Crazy. All right, we're going to dive deep into the pro-Hamas protesters. Did you see them trying to tear down the fence? We'll get to that coming up next. Price of Oil this morning being brought to you by our buddies at Spinnaker Oilfield Cementers. They are not hiring right now. Go to the website if you want to have more information. So when they start hiring, you're ahead of the game. GreatAllfieldJobs.com is where you can go. Drug-free employer, equal opportunity employer. The reason they're not hiring, they filled all positions because they offer great pay and a great benefit package. Spinnaker, oilfield cementers, $6.47. Tom, the price of oil.
West Texas Intermediate checks in at $71.67, $77.15 for Brent crude, and the price of natural gas is $3.13. Pete?
Morning show this morning being brought to you by Randy Pettigrew. Randy Pettigrew, you can find him at randallpettigrew.com. He's in District 61, state representative, up in Santa Fe, battling what this governor is rolling out. You can count on one thing. Randy will be upfront and personal, trying to battle down many of these unconstitutional legislations. Some of the stuff, when it deals with crime, I'm sure he has been calling on, like many Republicans, calling on getting tougher on crime. Quit the catch and release. Now the governor's acting like she invented the whole deal. At the same time, she also backed, don't fund the police. So don't buy into lies. Randy Pettigrew, District 61. Find him on the web at randallpettigrew.com. If you can give to his upcoming campaign, he'd appreciate you running for his third term in office. All right, Tom, on the text, then we'll dive into the Hamas pro-rallies.
All right, texter says, okay, pull MLG's armed security, says this texter. Another one says, you know what? We will be law-abiding criminals. They want a war, says the texter.
They do.
And how about them Cowboy fans? They're sure awful quiet.
No, they're not. They're crying.
Did you guys see the video of the Cowboy fans running into the stadium?
Yeah, because it was cold.
Man, I was like, dang.
Yeah.
It's cold.
Are you in that much of a hurry to watch them lose?
Right. And speaking of, boy, there's a bunch of cow chokers.
But they hurried out of the stadium in the same way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. Texas says,
and I don't get this, but, I mean, Dak Prescott saying if McCarthy loses his job, he should lose his job. Okay. But the Packers coach taunting the Cowboys after the playoff loss. The special teams coach talking smack.
Oh, he's going to get in trouble.
Took to. Is he going to get in trouble?
Yeah, probably.
Just coach, dude.
He said, "How about those Cowboys?"
He may not get in trouble.
Yeah, he might not.
Yeah,
might not. All right, looks like Greg Abbott saying the claim that migrants drowned in the Rio Grande when Texas would not allow the Border Patrol into the park in Eagle Pass, saying it's a lie, saying it's an out-and-out lie. He said maybe they forgot the facts. Governor Abbott Sunday said the Democrats' accusations that Texas would not allow immigrants attempting to cross the southern border into the United States prevented them from getting in and the Border Patrol from saving them, saying it's a lie. Federal officials and Henry Cuellar of Texas claim that the state was responsible for the death of 3 migrants, 3 women and 2 children on Friday, after reporting that the Texas Military Department had denied the Border Patrol access to the park to help 6 migrants in distress. This is a tragedy, according to Henry Cuellar. Yeah. An investigation by the Texas Military Department determined the accusations were wholly just inaccurate, explaining the drownings had already happened by the time the Border Patrol requested access. So Greg Abbott took to Sunday morning TV and saying it's not true. How can you blame us for something that happened hours before the Border Patrol tried to get into the park? How can you blame Texas for anything? So how many people have drowned in the Rio Grande with the Border Patrol not being able to save them?
I would have imagined more than a few, but I don't know.
A lot. How many people die in the desert making the trek through the desert? A lot. Yeah. A lot. New Mexico man indicted on wildlife trafficking charges. 40-year-old David Cholo Martinez Enriquez, charged of transporting and selling wildlife. On Friday, a federal grand jury indicted him on those charges. U.S. Attorney for the New Mexico says that he allegedly violated the Lacey Act after he allegedly conspired with others to import a tiger from Mexico. And his goal was to get it into the United States and then sell it for thousands of dollars. DEA, working with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service and the Albuquerque Police Department, worked together in January of last year to reclaim the tiger cub. That was in it was in a mobile home. Now they have transferred the tiger cub to a sanctuary.
What could go wrong with a tiger in a mobile home?
Oh, nothing.
What could go wrong with that?
But think about this. They also said that this was cartel related.
Well, that doesn't surprise me either.
No, the tiger does not. No. All right, 653. Pro-Hamas rally. Now, this was if I'm getting logistics right, it was in front of the White House, but on the side by Lafayette Park.
Okay.
Does that sound? Yeah, and so here's the rally that was going on. They were trying to take down the fence and climb the fence.
Golly.
And if you go back, go look it up and go back and watch that video. Not good. And I mean, if you're that passionate, I encourage you to please go to Hamas and fight for the cause. I mean, if you're that down with it. And then Donald Trump at a rally, he got something of the same with a different. But here's Texas. Texans handling the pro-Palestinian protester that erupted and disrupted Governor Greg Abbott. Here's the way they handled this in Texas. Well, let's just say he was a battered and bruised protester by the time they got him out of the building.
Good.
Just a little battered and bruised. Joe Biden also got a protester at his rally, and he handled it a little different. And I thought I had recorded it, but I didn't, where he said, please stop, please. I mean, it's kind of like the way we handled China and Iran. Please stop. Here's the way Donald Trump handles a protester at his rally.
That's all right. Go home to mommy. Your mommy's working. Go home to mommy.
Go home to mommy. Mommy is worried. Donald Trump handles things a little bit different than Biden. 877-396-W105B and the Breakfast Club. Another day in paradise. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Main Trailer Sales. Don't go camping without Main Trailer Sales. They've got fifth wheels, toy haulers, travel trailers. They got them all. Check them out today. MainTrailerSalesInc.com. You can take the virtual tour of every unit on the lot. And you can still call them, talk to David and his good folks there, 575-622-1751. They offer great customer service, fair pricing, and that's the reason they've been in business close to 70 years. MainTrailerSalesInc.com. Tom in the text.
All right, this text is saying, you know what? She got a mask on because of the Wuhan virus. She might be contagious, says the text. And why didn't you say about... what did you say about Fannie Willis? If she also broke up this man's marriage, and he's a small-time lawyer that specializes in traffic violations.
But he got $1 million.
He got $1 million, says the texter. Another texter says, you know what? They say that's like saying if you kill somebody with your car, then they can sue the car dealership. And this is absurd, says the texter.
Talking about guns.
Well, the whole idea about suing the retailer and the manufacturer, I think, is just crazy. Now, they've been able to do that. Look at Sandy Hook.
Right.
Sandy Hook, was it Remington they sued?
Yeah.
And actually made a payday. Look, I don't know how you can hold a gun manufacturer liable for anything. I don't get that.
Well,
like I don't think you can hold the convenience store liable if they sold you a 30-pack when you weren't drunk.
Well, it's a double standard. Just like you just did the story about the anti-Semitism pro-Hamas rally where they tried to tear down the fence at the White House, and they had to evacuate people from the White House.
Right.
Isn't that insurrection? Why are none of those people being arrested?
I think. And if you see these people, they are rabid. I mean, it looks like they have foam, coming out of their mouth. I mean, it's
ugly, dude.
And we have allowed these people to come into this country. And I'm just going to say, many of them do not stand with the values of America. They do not love this country.
No.
They're here to rape it for all the milk and honey. That's what they're here for. And we have allowed it.
Yep.
And we continue to allow it.
Because we're weak.
We are very weak. That's why if Donald Trump is not elected this election cycle, I love this country with all my heart, but we are done.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. By the way, the caucuses are tonight, aren't they?
Iowa?
They are.
Yep.
And have you seen the weather in Iowa? In Iowa?
Man.
Worse than here.
Then people will get out, though. I'm telling you.
We'll see.
They're used to that, B.
I think the high is supposed to be.
Have you ever lived in Iowa?
No, I've seen it when it's snowing, though.
Okay.
I think the high is supposed to be around 0 today.
Yeah. But they're going to get out there, though. Maybe we got a phone call.
You ever been to Muscatine, Iowa? It's very cold. Very, very cold.
They still Muscatel there?
People don't get out in that weather like if it was sunny and 79. Just saying. Let's go to the phone call. We're KWMW Maljamora 105.1 FM. Morning. How you doing? Where are you calling from this morning?
Hey, good morning, compadres. This is Manuel here from Hobbs. Yes, sir. Hey, how y'all gentlemen doing today?
Good.
We're going to make it, I think.
Yeah, we'll make it. You know, we are 100% true Americans out here. But let me tell you this, all these clowns right now that's talking about President Trump being a dictator, let's think about that word. Let's see. Joe Biden, the jackass in the White House, he wants everybody forcefully to buy stupid electric cars. How much money he's going to get out of it? Then he wants to take our stoves away and put electric stoves. I wonder how much money he's going to get out of it. You know? So that's dictator right there. Anybody talks about anything different, now they're going to take our bullets away? 5.56? Yeah, that's dictators right there. We need to do something about those clowns.
Hey, let me ask you this much. How much do you think the black market's going to thrive when they start taking the bullets away?
Let's see. We're going to be looking about $10 per bullet.
Yeah, not good. Not good. Hey, I appreciate you, Manuel. Take it easy. I mean, let's think about this. Prohibition. Did it quit? Did people stop drinking?
Yeah.
Yeah, speakeasies didn't exist.
Right.
Let me ask you this much. Marijuana was illegal in this country.
Still is, isn't it?
In some places it still is.
So, Tom, do you think people smoke less weed when it was illegal?
They'll probably smoke more.
Well, I'm not saying they smoke more. I'm just saying the people that wanted it, they got it.
Oh, they got it. Yeah.
14-year-old accused of shooting a 6-year-old in Grant County, New Mexico. So police, New Mexico State Police, investigating this shooting. The victim was 6 years old. New Mexico State Police say that the Hurley Police Department contacted them on Friday after responding to a shooting. A 14-year-old was detained, and authorities said that he had a dismantled handgun and ammo. Authorities believe the child was sitting inside a parked car outside a home when the suspect was dropped off nearby. The 14-year-old is accused of shooting into the vehicle and hitting the child. Vehicle was vehicle that dropped off the teen, left the scene, the child taken to the hospital, and later airlifted to the trauma center. Condition is unknown at this time. The teen taken to Donna Ana Juvenile Detention Center. He faces multiple charges now. See, this is what the governor should be worried about.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a gun problem.
Mm-mm.
This is a gang problem.
Yep.
Same thing when that little boy was shot at the Isotopes game.
Yep.
That was a gang problem.
Right.
See, we have gangbangers that are recruiting young teens to become gangbangers. That's the major issue that we have in New Mexico is gang violence.
Mm-hmm. But they won't address that.
Oh, no. No. Shooting deaths happen in Hobbs in regards to outstanding warrant for Joseph Mendez. What in relation with that shooting on January 9th? He is now in police custody. Headlines on the social media page for the Hobbs PD said that he had been arrested, that he was being detained, or he was it said captured. And I'm not splitting hairs, but he turned himself in, and he is off the street. He's been charged with first degree felony.
Wow.
But he did voluntarily walk into the police department and turn himself in. So thank God he is off the street. And the Supreme Court is to decide whether the cities can ban homelessness in public areas. So the Supreme Court on Friday agreed to hear the case involving a case from western states that can ban homeless people from sleeping in public places. The only problem with this is that if you ban them from public places, they'll just go sleep on the sidewalk in front of businesses.
Right, like San Francisco.
And then you can't remove them from the sidewalks and businesses.
Well, technically, wouldn't the sidewalk still be a public place?
It is.
I would think so.
Because it's a public
so.
right-of-way.
I would... I mean, back in the day, they'd just get out there with a fire hose and start hosing it off.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what the Supreme Court rules on this. 7:05, we're going to take a break. Our number 877-396-W105 will qualify you for the trip. We'll give it away to Disney. I got lots of things to get to in the next hour. I'll tell you about that. Tom first in the text.
All right, Tom, the movie Beekeeper was a good movie, just in case you wanted to know. Yeah, I think I'm going to go see it.
What?
Yeah, the Beekeeper with the bearded guy, the action movie guy.
The bearded guy, the action movie guy.
Yeah.
And it's called Beekeeper.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
What is it about?
It's about...
a beekeeper?
Yeah.
So
kind of espionage type of stuff.
Just a movie about a guy keeping bees?
That's his real job, but the real job is he is the beekeeper.
Thank you.
Okay. And trying to ban homelessness, says the texter. How about take all that money that they have spent in Ukraine and every darn where else and fix the problem?
Yep.
Says Smokey in Arizona. this morning.
Well, that would be nice.
You would have to actually address the problem, the underlying issues with homelessness. To do that.
Well, it's just like the border problem. They're trying now to blame it on global migration and climate change. Anybody buying into this climate change BS that people are actually leaving the country because of climate change? Global migration caused by climate change. Coming to a movie theater near you.
It's going to be called the Dove Keeper, I guess.
Right.
It's going to be called The Biggest Crock of Poo.
Yep.
Be one more text. I wonder what utility company is keeping MLG's home and mansion out warm this morning.
Hey, if your house is warm and toasty this morning, thank oil and gas.
Yeah, thank them.
Yep, that's
right. All right, 7:07. Quick check of the weather being brought to you by Butcher Block Meat Market and Grill in Lovington. They are serving up breakfast burritos right now. Get in there and get one. They are awesome. They're going to be serving up lunch specials. Go like them on Facebook. Like them on Facebook. Get the lunch special for today. And also check out the meat specials because they do a weekly meat special. Yeah, the meat market is, they've got 30 years experience in the meat market. They know how to custom cut meat for you, and they have awesome meat. Try the hamburger patties. They've got them already frozen, so you can just go pick up a pack and put them on the grill. If you like green chili, they have those, and plus other flavors that you might be interested in. They also have smoked meats that are available. Go try that. They got, if you're not in the mood to light the pit on a chilly day, we understand, but you feel like picking up some brisket, not a problem. 1422 South Main and Lovington. Or call in advance at 575-739-7778. Increasing clouds today. High temperature only 39. It's going to feel like about 1 with this wind. Cloudy skies tonight. A low tonight, 8. Yes, I said 8. Wind chill factor, -7. Sunny tomorrow and 33. Wind value at -2. Then it starts warming up on Wednesday and getting up to about 62. Stay warm in the 60s for Wednesday and Thursday, and then on Friday, temperatures changing again.
Crazy.
It's going to be interesting.
Crazy. I have 2 weather stories to tell quickly, right? So then I couldn't leave the bus this morning. The door was frozen.
Well, right now the temperature is 11 degrees.
And I almost called Blake to come get me.
I would have.
Yeah. And the other story was I did my laundry yesterday. The water was frozen. I didn't know. And I put the detergent in and everything. And I had to put my clothes back in the hamper because I couldn't wash them.
Your pipe wasn't insulated.
So Tom stinks this week. Now you understand.
So I got to go wash somewhere else today. Sucks.
Yeah. Now you get it. All right, some of the stories we'll be talking about next hour, a Albuquerque nightmare when it comes to a young child. I'll dive into this story. Voters doubt Biden's economy. Where are we paying the highest prices for groceries? I may tell you about that. Texas Department of Public Safety helicopter crashes near the Mexican border. New Mexico loses another company. Another oil and gas company. We'll tell you where they're moving. And a hot air balloon kills 4 people in Arizona. Southwestern Albuquerque homicide is currently under investigation. And today is the most depressing day of the year. It's called Blue Monday. It's for real. We'll get to that coming up next. We got to take a break. We're going to qualify you for the trip we're giving away to Disney. We'll give you the chance to qualify for that. News this morning being brought to you by WWRV3.com. 3 RV parks, all coming with 30 and 50 amps available. All utilities included in one low price, including high-speed internet. They've got 162 RV sites at their 3 parks. They're ready to serve you. They're very well lit. They're pet-friendly. Awesome place to lay your head every night. WWRV times 3.com or 988-0392. Taking a break. We'll be back. Be on the Breakfast Club. We're W105.
Call in and win.
Hey, everybody. It's me, Mickey Mouse.
We're going to Disney World.
News brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington. Getting the job done right every time since 2004.
Proudly serving most phases of the oil field process, Stone Oilfield Services has a fleet of over 60 trucks and a workforce of over 100 employees. From water transport to kill and pack truck operations, flowback services and pit filling to the clean out of rigs and tanks, as well as oiling and acidizing, Stone Oilfield believes in getting the job done right every time. Their central motto, do what you say you can do. Call them today at 575-396-1840. That's 396-1840.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. A share of 40 delegates up for grabs for the candidates in frigid Iowa based on their performance.
Iowa Republicans tedious process that are the caucuses. Of course, former President Trump has not spent much time in the state given his recent schedule of court dates. The other GOP contenders have been trying to make up that ground.
Fox's Alexandria Hoff. The wind chill brutal.
The fact that we don't have any snow or winter storms, that's great news. But again, some of these frigid wind chills will make it the coldest caucus on record.
Fox senior meteorologist Janice Dean. The caucuses kick off at 8 p.m. Eastern. 136 Israelis still held hostage by Hamas, but the White House says that now is the right time for Israel to scale back its military offensive in the Gaza Strip. Israeli officials are not on the same page as the war reaches more than 100 days. America's listening to Fox News.
You know what makes me sick? You know what makes me so mad? I want to clamp a hot Foreman grill around my stomach so I can see what a human zebra would look like. I don't want to go getting all psycho-philosophical here on you, but why is it women are so different from men? I was reminded of this fact the other night. Pearl and her friends Daisy and Lulu was over. They were sitting at the kitchen table, and I noticed they called each other Pearl, Daisy, and Lulu. So after they left, I said, Pearl, how come y'all don't have nicknames like men do? Pearl said, what do you mean? I said, if I'm sitting at the Duck Inn with my friends, don't nobody hear Earl, Tom, or Elmer. They hear Skeeter, Bubba, or Tank, or Runt. I was just getting wound up. Another thing I said, Pearl, when I say I am ready to go out, it means I am ready to go out. She said, so? I said, when you say you're ready to go out, it means you have reached about stage 6 of a 10-stage pre-flight checklist. You will not actually be ready to go out until you find another earring, finish putting on your makeup, check your teeth for chunks of lipstick, and change your shoes for the 15th time. Pearl said it's called attention to detail, Earl. It's the reason when you come in the house, I have to tell you to take off your work boots so you don't track in dirt, remind you to pick up your dirty socks, and yell at you to take out the trash. All them little details you never seem to catch on to. I said, well, Pearl, what you call attention to detail, I call another name. A name that rhymes with itching. Wake up, America! Which brings up another big difference between Pearl and me. I like to get in the last word with a subtle reference involving rhyming words. Pearl likes to do it with a skillet. I'm Earl Pitts, American Pizza.
You can stock up on breakfast this week at Bob's Ridgeway with Eggland's Best Eggs, $2.48 a dozen. Pillsbury orange or cinnamon rolls, the big can, just $2.88. Food Club pancakes or waffles, 24 count, just $3.98. Get Food Club cereals, 3 big boxes, just $5. Food Club OJ, big 64-ounce, 2 for $6. Get Daily Stacked Bacon, 24-ounce, $8.99. Johnsonville sausage, 12-ounce, just $3.69. The best breakfast values and over 150 grocery specials this week, where the quality, value, and service still matter, and where they still carry your groceries out. Bob's Ridgeway. 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
It's almost time.
Almost time what?
Professional bull riding is coming to Hobbs.
Professional bull riding?
That's right. Professional bull riding is coming back to Hobbs. And you better not miss it. Mom and Dad, Grandpa and Grandma. Even my sister needs to go.
It must be fun if you're inviting your sister. Get your Tough Hedeman Bull Riding Tour tickets now at Martin Boot Company in Hobbs or online at selectaseatlubbock.com. The best bull riding on the planet. Coming January 20th to Lee County Event Center.
Get your tickets now at the Lee County Event Center. Special thanks to ASC Irrigation, America Supply, the Lucky Family of Excellence, First American Bank, Ranger Energy Services, Frank's Supply, and Western Heritage Museum.
Professional bull riding is coming to Hobbs.
Tough Hedeman Bull Riding, the best bull riding on the planet. Coming January 20th to Lee County Event Center.
We can make the morning if we try.
Beef and the Breakfast Club in the morning, W105.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain Gods studio. Text line at 877-396-W105.
Get up! Get your fat ass up! Now get up! Like a beached whale. God.
Twice, 3 times a pandemic, and I need drugs for you. The flu, COVID, and RSV. I need drugs for you.
877-396-W105. We are B and the Breakfast Club. Another day in paradise. Tom A. busy qualifying folks.
He is.
For the trip we're giving away to Disney. More ways to win from, of course, your station, W105. In case you haven't heard enough about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, supposedly they're getting engaged this summer.
Oh, don't let Tom know that.
Just in case you haven't heard enough.
Don't let Tom know that. Well, hi, Tom.
Hi,
Tom.
Looks like goodbye to the Chiro. Is that what you call it? Churros.
Mm-hmm.
Churro.
What about
no, not Cheetos. Anyway, Costco, the twisted bread offered for $1.49. That's gone away. They're gonna replace it with a 7-inch double chocolate chunk cookie.
Really?
Yeah, and more than 1,500 books. I love the way they say this. Have been banned from a Florida school district, including 2 books written by Bill O'Reilly. Along with the works of John Grisham, Stephen King, and the and other books. Look, I hate to use the word ban.
Mm-hmm.
Ban. It's not being banned. If you want the book, by God, go get the book.
They're just not making it available in those libraries.
Exactly. It is not age appropriate. Maybe they have removed all political books, making it easier. All books are gone. All political books are gone. Bill O'Reilly's book, everybody's book. Okay. Makes it easy to just across the board. But the word ban means that you can't get it anymore. It's not banned. It's just been removed. You want it, go get it. All right, Albuquerque nightmare. A young child's death reveals the horrific abuse. State of New Mexico, and particularly the city of Albuquerque, has recently been grappling with disturbing increase in violent crime, a situation highlighted by an incident that underscores the growing concern. We had our own case here in Lee County over the weekend when 2 individuals were arrested. The child was rushed to Texas, broken bones and wasn't a skull fracture, bleeding of the brain. And so in this case, we have a young girl.
She's an adult.
that died. What are you talking about?
Oh, you talking about the young girl
that died?
Oh, that's right.
Albuquerque. The investigation led to 4 adults, including the mother of the deceased child, suspects who had recently migrated from Massachusetts to New Mexico, were found to have a history of violence in other states. Incident points to a larger pattern of violence across state lines, contributing to the safety concerns of New Mexico. Carrie Ann Santos, 33 years old, the mother, presented a chilling narrative about when she arrived at the University of New Mexico Hospital with her 3 children, one who was already deceased. Santos claims that after leaving Massachusetts and traveling through New Mexico, she noticed that her daughter was unwell. According to her account, the child sustained injuries after falling from a toilet at the gas station. However, the hospital quickly recognized the signs of foul play and alerted authorities. Upon examination, the child was found to have multiple bruises, ligature marks indicating other abuse.
My God.
And look, I am not going to blame all these problems on people migrating to New Mexico.
No.
We have had our own child abuse, and Child Protective Services, they've done a terrible job. Number one thing this governor can do right is maybe fix that. You know, we changed the name.
She keeps throwing money at it and hadn't done it. She makes it more secretive.
Yeah. We changed the name of the Attorney General's office. Maybe we ought to change the name of Child Protective Services. Well, our 2 Child Protective Services.
Well, that would mean that they would have to protect the child.
Yeah. We tried to change the name last year, and legislator voted it down.
Mm-hmm.
But all of a sudden, the Attorney General can change the name of his department whenever he wants. I'm a little confused. Voters doubt that Biden's economy is going to get better, saying they still can't afford things. According to a Washington Post news story, they said voters in Phoenix, Georgia, and Milwaukee and Las Vegas they talked to people about the economy. People are not happy with where our country is going. And the Texas Department of Public Safety helicopter crashed near the Mexican border with a minor injury. That's pretty much, they're investigating National Transportation Safety Board and FAA, investigating that crash that happened on Friday. That's not like wrecking a RTV into the fence.
No.
Cost of a helicopter like that, I would say, close to $1 million, easy.
Oh,
maybe I'm off.
That's what they start at, like for like low end helicopters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
there you go.
Probably closer to 100.
Wow.
Ain't you?
EOG combining Artesia and Midland operations into one division, which will be located in Midland. So New Mexico, we lose another company.
Mm-hmm.
Could it be that it's just easier to do business in Midland?
Yes. Texas
EOG
is
currently
business friendly.
Yeah. EOG currently employs 55 people in Artesia at the office, but they have been making this move for over a year now. I have a friend of mine whose wife works for EOG, and last year they were told that they needed to transfer. So New Mexico losing people again. Artesia office will be closed. So that's 55 households leaving southeast New Mexico.
But that doesn't bother the powers that be up in Albuquerque, because that's just fewer people down here to have a voice.
That's crazy.
Good point.
Hot air balloon crash kills 4 people, critically wounding 1 in the Arizona desert. 4 people dead in this story. They were airlifted to a hospital in Phoenix. Text line, then we'll go back to Biden pandering for blacks, but blacks are not happy. I'll tell you why. Coming up in just a second. Our number 877-396-W105. Question of the day, 2. Do you allow people to smoke in your home? I'd love to hear the answer to that. And do you think race relations have gotten better or worse since Martin Luther King did his speech, his historic speech? I'd love to hear from you this morning. Tom?
Hi, good morning, guys. B is so right about the gangs in New Mexico. And the governor should, but it isn't concentrating on them. The governor wants more pot shops and abortion clinics, says the texter. How about them Green Bay Packers?
I told you the Cowboys were the better team, but Green Bay is the hot team.
The hot team, them and the Texans. And this is Brian from the Patch. He goes on to say, B, and I've been listening to you guys about MLG and all of her gun control bills and taking away the ammo. But how safe would she feel if her security team had their ammo or gun taken from her? Would she feel safe without them? Brian is asking this morning.
Oh, I mean, everybody in New Mexico loves her. So, I mean, I would think she'd feel fairly safe.
Yeah. Yeah, let's take her ammo away. And John from Eunice is chiming in. Good morning, guys. That darn Border Patrol is not down here to assist illegal aliens into the United States. And he says that strongly. The dang liberals have things screwed so much that they are trying to give us the mentality that the poor people wouldn't have died if we just would have flown them over here. Freaky idiot.
Well, here's the deal. I get that we don't want people to drown in the river, but where does personal responsibility come forward?
Well, they don't want
Where does personal responsibility?
Democrats don't think you should have personal responsibility.
I mean, they knew the river was deep. They knew they couldn't swim.
But you made them do it, B.
Oh.
Because you didn't.
If you want to be
provide
pissed off
an
at
easier
Joe
way.
Biden,
Yeah,
he enticed him to come here with all these giveaways.
And then you didn't provide them a way to do it. That's our fault.
I'm going to skip my cue sheet because I'm going to play this cut from this guy who has been staying at the Roosevelt Hotel in New York City. Tom, how much is the Roosevelt?
I got to say $200 a night.
Oh,
Easy.
no. It's more than that. It's like $325.
It's $325. Okay.
Easy, $325. So this guy has been staying at the Roosevelt. All Spanish speakers, listen up, but I got a translation this morning, so I kind of understand what he's saying. But listen up to what this guy had to say about he's staying at the Roosevelt.
¿Y ustedes ahora mismo están viviendo aquí en el Roosevelt Hotel? Sí, sí. ¿Y ustedes están recibiendo comida? Sí. ¿Reciben comida? Claro, comida. Dan desayuno, almuerzo y cena. Desayuno, almuerzo y cena. Yes. Pero las habitaciones son cómodas. ¿Y cuánto tiempo lleva aquí en los Estados? 7 meses. ¿7 meses? Sí. ¿Y por cuánto tiempo ha estado aquí? 7 meses. ¿Usted ha estado ahí por 7 meses quedándose? Sí. ¿Y es gratis, cierto? Pues sí, la ayuda del gobierno, de aquí del gobierno de Nueva York.
So, Tom, what did he say, Spanish speaker?
Well, the interpreter or the other guy?
No, what did the other guy say?
He asked him, he said, you've been staying here, what, how long? In the Roosevelt. He said, what, 7 months? And you're getting everything free? Mm-hmm. He said, yeah, you're getting food. You're getting 3 squares a day. I said, yeah, but, that's what the government is giving me.
Well, he actually thanked the government.
Right.
So I went out of order, but I thought it was, time for us to play it. So he thanked the government.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. We appreciate you. Thank you, Joe Biden. Thank you, you liberal pukes. Thank you so much for giving me. Wait. Are we doing the same, Tom, for our veterans?
No, of course not.
Oh, okay. But they just want a better life. So do the veterans who shed blood for this country. They want a better life.
Amen.
Southwest Albuquerque investigating the Bernalillo Sheriff's Department announced that 9:40 a.m. Sunday, they found a dead person in Southwest Albuquerque. They are looking at this and investigating it as a homicide. And today is Blue Monday, the most depressing day of the year. Blake, why is it so depressing?
besides the weather we have?
Well, and that's part of it. They come up with that it's the most depressing day of the year because of it has something to do with the weather, but after Christmas, and so the most depressing day of the year.
Well, and it's a Monday, and all the New Year's resolutions were given up late last week. And,
right. So if you're feeling a little depressed this morning, they're saying go eat some dark chocolate. Dark chocolate. Or they said get out and get some exercise.
Not today, you're not.
Or you can get exercise, just dress for it.
You can get exercise at home.
You know where I think about I'm going to exercise? I thought about it.
I have a question when he's done with
Now, I do my swimming at the courthouse, but I'm going to start walking around the hospital here in Orly.
Is that
outside? I'm sure they'd appreciate it. I'm sure they would.
They don't have celebrities doing that over there.
Like the walls of Jericho.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
So here I have a question for you. If today is Blue Monday, which I'm pretty sure it's been a thing for a while, right?
Right.
For a while. What is the happiest day? When is that?
Blue Tuesday.
Any idea?
Blue Tuesday.
No, when is the happiest day?
Blue Tuesday?
No. I think it happens in June, like mid to late June.
Blue, Tom, means sad. You're feeling blue. So why would a happy day be Blue Tuesday?
Because if it was dark, it'd be raining.
Oh my God! Can somebody help me? I mean, serious.
The happiest day happens in mid to late June.
Oh,
yeah. All right, I got taking out trash coming up. Also, things that happened on this date in history. Joe Biden panders to black folks. Here we go. Joe Biden's been doing this for a long time, pandering to black folks.
We're finding that you give the African-American community and HBCUs the same opportunity to do just as well or better. And guess what? How's that hurt anybody?
So what you're saying is black people can do good just as well as everybody. Of course they can. And you're just figuring this out? I mean, you were hanging out with Robert Byrd for so long.
Right. Well, I was going to say, this really just underlies that Joe Biden is racist.
He's racist.
To his core.
It does. It does. But by the way, in Chicago, this has been going on. Blacks are not happy. The more illegal immigrants we allow in the country, you know what blacks are saying? You're taking away from us to give to them.
Right.
Here's from Chicago on Saturday, a big rally.
This morning I heard Mayor Brandon Johnson say that the sentiment in the black community is waning. A lie. The sentiment is not waning. We are not okay with you taking our resources and giving them to people who don't live here. As Mark stated before, you are preparing housing for them. One of the reasons that the city of Chicago was able to close 50 schools was because of the black flight. And the reason we had a black flight was because there is no affordable housing in this city. It is because the city of Chicago shut down the voucher system so that blacks who needed to get affordable housing could not. So they had no choice but to flee to other states. But now you found money for the migrants.
That's right.
We're calling foul.
I'm telling you, I'm not saying that these folks will vote for Donald Trump, but what I'm telling you, they're not happy with the Democratic Party, and they understand that the fix has been in.
Mm-hmm. Well, if they don't go vote for Donald Trump, their vote will be counted for Joe Biden.
Right.
Well, you might be right about that. You might be right about that. All right, Tom on the text, then we're going to take out the trash. Already 7:35, we're B and the Breakfast Club. I love for folks to tell me if race relations are better than they were back in the 60s. Tom said no. Tom said no. Me and Blake think that things are, much better. I would love for somebody to tell me that they're better.
In some areas, they are better. In a lot of them, they're not.
So how are they not better? You can't get a loan? You can't go to college. You can't sit at a restaurant at whatever table you want.
No, but some of the thinking, I was in another market a few years ago, and I was there to cover an event at a fundraiser, and the guy gave me an invitation to go, right? Mm-hmm. So I went to the fundraiser. I got there, gave the lady my invitation, and she just looked at me up and down, and she said,
let me stop you there. She did not look at you up and down because of the color of your skin. She looked at you up and down. Probably, number one, you were dressed inappropriately.
Give me a break. This is a fundraiser. So here's the deal.
That's why she looked at you up and down.
And then she said,
what were you wearing, Tom?
Well, I was wearing a suit and tie. You got a fundraiser.
I'm not in it.
So anyway, she says to me, she says, where'd you get this from? And I'm thinking, what the hell's going on here? So I said, from your guy. And then she says, well.
So, wait. Where was this?
I'm not going to say
where
it,
was
but she says.
No, please say it. I mean, if you're going to bring it up, say it. Because I got the cojones. If I bring something up, I'm going to say it.
I want to say it. So she says to me, you're not welcome.
You're not welcome. Let me stop you there. I know what this is. So this was in Ruidoso, and this was about you putting your mic in front of the camera all the time, and she had got mad at you.
No.
Oh, now I remember.
No, that was not that one. That was not that one.
Oh, yeah.
But I remember that one. But, no, this was totally different. And she says, you're not welcome here. So, wow. So I left. I was leaving, and the guy who was in charge of the fundraiser, where are you going? He says, well, they told me I wasn't welcome here.
So, Tom, you believe that this was about race?
Yeah, it was. It was. You could tell the tone of her voice, the way she said it, and the way she looked at me. Yeah, it was about race. I said, hey. He said, well, just come on, Tom, stay. I said, no, I was going to get some sound bites, but I'll get one right quick from you. And that's the way it was.
Maybe she didn't want you to get sound bites.
Well, here's the deal. You know the difference between me and you?
What is it?
I got a sound bite from her. And then the next day, I'd have been using it about they kicked me out. So is this when you were working for us?
No, it was another market. It was just another market. And for the first time in my whole life, I felt like that.
What was the market?
What market was it?
I won't say
what was the market?
Because they're nice people down there. I won't say it.
Well, obviously they're not if they kicked you out.
Well, this one particular lady was just that way.
Just what market was it?
No, I ain't going to say.
I'm
Is
calling
this a Morky and Porky thing?
No.
I'm calling BS. I've been knowing you a long time. I'm calling BS. All right, 7:39. So why don't you tell the story about when Aaron kicked you out of the job fair?
Aaron,
you think that was racist?
That was a competitor thing. I didn't know. We had just moved over here.
Oh, no, let's say it was racist, Tom.
No, I didn't know. No.
No, let's say it's racist.
It was a competitor thing, and that big ape.
No, let's say it's racist.
I still remember him by that. They knew I was coming. They didn't want to compete with me or our station, and that's the way it was.
Yeah. All right, taking out trash this morning, being brought to you by, after that story, Tom might be took out to the trash, being brought to you by Trash Eaters, trash-eaters.com, 575-390-4549, trash-eaters.com. They also remind you that the Lovington Shelter, they need some help, donations, and volunteers. Call them directly, 575-552-3669. Get in touch with them today. Congratulations. I know this will make you feel better as you're ready to fly. The FAA diversity push includes a focus on hiring people with severe intellectual and psychiatric disabilities. Where could that go wrong? One of the most stressful jobs that you will ever find is air traffic controllers. Let's put them up in the... and let them direct the... No. So the Federal Aviation Administration is actively recruiting workers with severe intellectual disabilities and psychiatric problems and other mental and physical conditions under the Diversity and Inclusion Hiring Initiative that was spelled out right there on the agency's website.
If that goes through,
Targeted
I am never
disabilities.
flying again.
Yeah. Targeted disabilities that the federal government thinks is a great idea include hearing and vision. I can't make this crap up. Hearing and vision issues, paralysis, somebody with epilepsy, intellectual disabilities, psychiatric disabilities, dwarfism, and others. They didn't want to leave out anybody. And so this is a hiring plan that's going on by the FAA. Pete Buttigieg, secretary, said that he thinks it's an awesome idea.
So in a highly stressful situation with flashing lights from that radar scope and other things, you're going to put in somebody who suffers from epilepsy with all those triggers. That's real smart. I'm not even getting to the other.
Where could it go wrong? I'm just saying. Take it out trash, being brought to you by Trash Users. All right, let me get back to Tom's story.
Here we go.
I want you to keep up.
Okay.
Tom went from Big Spring to Roswell.
Right.
Roswell to Big Spring. Big Spring to Ruidoso.
Big Spring back to Roswell.
Back to Roswell for about 90 days.
Right.
And then it lasted as long as his marriage. And then Roswell to Ruidoso.
Right.
Ruidoso to Lovington. So it hasn't been that many markets.
Okay, and your point?
Which R did it start with?
Which R did it start with?
Well, that's pretty much it. It either started with an R, L, and, if somebody does me wrong, I have no problem pointing out. None. I'm going to name the city, at least.
You don't ever burn bridges in this business, B. You just don't do that.
Who has made a crap load more money in this business and done far more in this business, me or you?
Well, you've been around a little bit longer.
Oh, so I'm gonna take advice from you. God bless you.
He's not asking you to burn a bridge. He just wanted to know what market it was.
Yeah, you never know if I go back to that market.
Stop buying the story.
You're retired, Tom. You're not going back to the market. You're retired.
Well,
you're not going back.
I know when he's making crap up.
No, it's a true story. It is a true story. And
what year was it?
It's been several years ago. But I felt bad. I felt bad.
Why would you feel bad?
Because they were looking at me like a Hispanic, a dirty Hispanic.
Now, wait. All of a sudden you said she was. Now there were multiple people?
Well, I'm talking about she. But,
No. Please.
But here's the deal, guy. Here's the deal, B. 2 weeks later, she calls me. All right?
Gets better.
She calls me 2 weeks later. And she apologized. Apologized.
So could it have been about you
apology?
And not about racism?
Said she was having a bad day.
And what was her apology?
So that she made me feel like that, unwelcome.
So could it have been about you, or could it have been about were there other Hispanics at this?
Yeah. I mean, this community is really mixed. Yeah, I mean, there was a bunch.
Okay, so if there were other Hispanics, it wasn't racism, Tom. It was about you.
No, because no, it's never about me.
Okay, so she. Oh, it couldn't be about you, right? No. God bless you.
No.
God bless you. All right, Biden, the Minnesota governor, Governor Walz, talks about Joe Biden.
So, no, that's not a scare tactic, and I think Joe Biden's doing exactly right. And it would behoove all of the rest of us, because I guarantee you, history's going to remember who stood up in this time and who said that. You don't have to necessarily agree with Joe Biden, but he respects the electoral process. He tries to not disenfranchise.
Wait. He respects the elections. No, he doesn't. He's trying to take Trump off the election, off the ballot. Come on. By the way, Biden's polling numbers not looking that great. Sunday show, here's what happened.
Our poll, in fact, said 28%, just 28% think that President Biden has the mental sharpness to effectively serve for another term.
29%.
That's high.
that would be very, very high. All right, Donald Trump.
Before we wasn't Joe Biden one of the people that when Hillary didn't win, wasn't he one of the ones who questioned those election outcomes?
Yes. And there were many, many election deniers in the Democratic Party.
Right.
Many, including Hillary Clinton. But let a Republican do it. Oh, no, that's totally different. All right, it looks like Trump's got a big lead in Iowa. Today is a day. They're going to caucus. We'll see how the weather affects all of this, but Trump's got a huge lead. In fact, he's got the largest lead.
Put this Trump lead in some perspective here. First of all, the 48% that he's registering here, that is the highest share for a Republican candidate in a final Des Moines Register poll ever. That surpasses the record of 43% from George W. Bush on the eve of the 2000 caucuses. Bush won those caucuses. Also the margin, Trump 48, Haley 20. That's a 28-point margin. That is also the biggest margin in a final Register poll, also breaking a record of George W. Bush of 23 points when he won the caucuses in 2000. So that Trump lead, we haven't seen that before, but we've been seeing a lot in the polling.
So, Tom, any surprises today as we head into the caucus?
No, but, I didn't know that the way this caucus works, and you talked about it last week, Blake, that there's 1,700 locations in Iowa, small locations, and they don't use a ballot. You write the name of the candidate you want, and then they count it by hand afterwards.
And you can change.
Yeah, and you can change.
Because the whole thing is, it's basically a political rally, and you support whoever you want to.
And it's over in an hour. The total count is over in an hour because they get those results.
Any surprises coming down the pike?
I'm going to say that that Vivek comes in second.
No. In fact, there was some interesting information that came out earlier today that I should say early yesterday about Ramaswamy that Trump had tweeted. I got to find the story now. That Trump had tweeted that that he was Donald J. Trump said Vivek is started his campaign as a great supporter, best president in generations, and so Donald Trump came out and basically said he is not MAGA, and went on and on. And I don't know, Ramaswamy has stood up for Donald Trump multiple times.
Yeah.
And so I don't get it. They also, in the same story, said that Ramaswamy donors are linked to Jeffrey Epstein. So I don't know. But he has actually stood up for Donald Trump. Remember when the whole thing, they were going to take him off the ballot? He said, well, I won't be on the ballot if they take Trump off the ballot. I don't know where that's going.
It's a lot of rhetoric that hasn't been confirmed by anybody.
Well, he posted it up on his Twitter, Tom.
Yeah.
That would be Donald Trump
confirmed.
posting.
No. But,
Donald Trump posted it. That's confirmed.
You asked me who's going to surprise. He's going to be the surprise.
All right.
Haley can't make up her mind what she wants.
She got a lot of money.
Yep.
But like your buddy Chris Christie said, she's going to get smoked.
Yeah, she looks smoked.
Although, it's going to be interesting with the weather to see who actually gets their people to turn out. Because a caucus, unlike a vote, it's a very different, you got to get your people out.
Right.
Because they can convince other people.
The Iowa governor came out and endorsed Nikki Haley, if I'm not mistaken.
Big mistake.
No. Endorsed Ron DeSantis.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she was she was a Trump supporter last time. There was a story about that a while back.
Right.
But, you know, guys, we need to take all those candidates besides Trump serious because we don't know what's going to happen with these court cases. They're out to get that guy.
Those court cases are going. What court case can keep Trump off the ballot?
Well, the main one is going to be the one that this insurrection that happened on January 6th.
They're
going to try to take him out. They're going to try to blame him for what happened that day.
Who is?
Well, who's been doing it?
They already tried to hold him, and they found him not guilty of that.
No, they haven't had that trial yet. They have not had that trial yet.
They
Yes, they
tried
did.
to impeach him and
Yeah.
remove him from office. That's the trial.
Yeah.
No, that's not. I know. Maybe I am off a little bit, but they haven't had that trial yet.
They did, and the Senate found him
I
not
think
guilty.
they kicked you out of that meeting, too.
No, I don't think so.
No, I think
Yes,
they kicked you out of
that's
that
totally
meeting,
different.
too.
The Senate
Racist
found
bastards.
him not guilty.
No, this
They
is the
found him
impeachment.
not
We're not talking about recent.
The Senate found
So,
him
Tom,
not guilty.
if somebody is guilty of insurrection, where do they find him guilty?
Well, they haven't even brought charges against him yet on that deal.
They brought
did.
charges against him. The impeachment hearing was all about the insurrection.
Yes.
No, you guys got that wrong. You guys have got that wrong. Why do you think they're concentrating on getting him on that one?
Where?
Okay.
Wait. Where do you think they're going to hold this trial, Tom?
I don't know what they're going to hold. New York?
Where do they hold a trial against presidents?
Well, if you're going to impeach them? In D.C.
Who oversees that?
The Senate.
Bingo, the Senate.
Yeah.
And the Senate found him not guilty.
They haven't decided on that
They
yet.
did,
Dude.
Tom. That was the impeachment.
Only if you're in office. He's been out of office now for 4 years, guys.
You can't. That's called double jeopardy.
No, they have not. Look it up. You're good at looking up stuff. Look it up.
I think you were at the impeachment meetings, Tom, and
No.
they kicked you out.
I mean, they tried to civil
they
trial him to death. They're not going to win that one.
The Senate doesn't
I
do
think
civil.
Yeah.
I think
but-
they kicked you out.
I'm
They
saying.
had the trial already, and they found him not
They
guilty.
haven't, guys. I'm telling you, they have not.
Tom, they did.
I'm sorry, Tom. If somebody's going to trust somebody, me or Blake, against your memory,
Uh-huh.
I don't think you have anybody
I
that
have
will stand with you
steel
on that.
trap of a memory.
Look up his last impeachment and see what they were trying him for.
Not
That's
for
exactly-
insurrection.
Look it up.
Trying it for. All right, 7:53, be on the Breakfast Club. We're going to do things that happen on this date in history coming up. Weather for the next couple days being brought to you by Chance Materials, reminding you every project begins with a solid foundation. Chance Materials, providing you high-quality ready-mix concrete. No matter what the project is, they've got you covered. Unmatched customer service, lowest possible price for ready-mix concrete. ChanceMaterials.com, 575-363-3240. Call them today. They've got plants in Carlsbad and in Roswell. ChanceMaterials.com. Martin Luther King Day, increasing clouds. High today, 39. Wind chill value, we're going to be about 1. It's going to feel like 1 degrees with the wind. Tonight, down to about 8. -7 with the wind chill factor. And then tomorrow, sunny and 33, -2 with the wind chill. And then, by the way, by Wednesday, it warms up to 62. Imagine that. 5-day forecast. Check it out for yourself, W105radio.com. Things that happen on this date in history being brought to you by North Star Laundry. One-stop shop for all your laundry. They'll take care of all your clothes. Dry clean your clothes, press your clothes, wash, dry, and fold your clothes. All you got to do is pick them up, put them away. They have coin-operated machines at all of their locations. 609 West Lee Street in Carlsbad, 604 West Church Street in Carlsbad, and in Loving at 406 West Cedar. North Star Laundry. Check them out today. Things that happen on this date in history. Today is National Bagel Day, Martin Luther King Day, National Strawberry Ice Cream Day, and National Hat Day. As of noon today, we're midway through January. America's Got Talent. On the radar. Oh, they skipped things that happen on this. Since we do not have...
I have a few. I can give you some.
Prep.
I can give you some.
Really? Let me do baseballs, birthdays. Kelly, pro wrestler, is 37. I have no idea who that is. Pitbull, 43 years old, makes a great razor and also is a conservative. Drew Brees, quarterback for the Saints, is 45.
Yeah, former quarterback.
Former. Chad Lowe is 56. Lisa is 57. That's Rob Lowe's brother.
Yeah.
Chad Lowe. Lisa is 57. Mario Van Peebles is 67.
Really?
Wow.
And Charo is 73. Tom, what's the slogan that Charo used to say?
She used to appear on the Johnny Carson show all the time. Coochie, 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 coo.
There you go. That's what I was looking
Ben
for.
Shapiro is 40 today, too.
Wow, I miss Ben. Yeah. Well, I don't miss him. His movies suck as of late, but yeah, I missed having him on the.
No, Ben Shapiro, the conservative talk.
Oh, the conservative.
Yeah, that goes to college campuses and whatnot.
Yeah, I love Ben Shapiro.
So 57 years ago, in 1967, the Green Bay Packers beat the Kansas City Chiefs on this day in the very first Super Bowl.
At the L.A. Coliseum, by the way.
Bart Starr was the MVP.
Yep.
50 years ago in 1974, Happy Days premiered with Ron Howard, Henry Winkler, Anson Williams.
And did you know that nobody liked Henry Winkler in that show?
Lasted 11 seasons.
Yep.
100 and...
Winkler said yesterday that he's surprised he's still able to walk.
Oh,
wow.
Really?
Wow.
For whatever reason, I don't know why.
In 1892, the rules of basketball were first printed. Yep, in the newspaper in Springfield, Massachusetts.
And now they ignore all of them.
And 46 years ago, in 78, 2 students at Florida State University were murdered in their sorority house. Ted Bundy was later convicted and executed for the crimes. Hill Street Blues debuted on this day in 1981. Jimmy Dean was ordered to pay his brother Don $500,000 for causing him mental anguish over a feud over family sausage business.
Really?
On this day in 86.
And they still make that sausage out of Plainview, Texas, by the way.
They do, but the Deans don't own it anymore. In 1991, Sean Lennon's remake of John Lennon, his dad's Give Peace a Chance was released to go with a UN midnight deadline for Iraq to withdraw from Kuwait. There you go.
Give peace a chance.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Cruising down here a little bit. Speaking of Tom Cruise, in 2003, won a $10 million defamation lawsuit against a wrestling superstar, Kyle Bradford, because Kyle said that Cruise was gay and Tom said he wasn't.
By the way, his ex-wife came out and said, I think he is.
And then one last one. In 2018, which was 6 years ago, the Cranberries' lead singer, Dolores O'Riordan, died from an accidental drowning. She was 46.
Wow.
And that's...
All right, still to come, we'll talk about the most racial progressive states. Where can we find the most racial progress when it comes to states and the most integrated states overall? New Mexico did make one of those lists, or both those lists. I'll get to that. Some of the stories we'll talk about had a big endorsement for Donald Trump ahead of the caucus in Iowa. Man arrested breaking into Monsanto Day School. We'll tell you about that. There were a handful of individuals, the world's wealthiest. They have doubled their fortune since 2020. I'll tell you who they are. I'll get to that. Biden administration unveils a natural gas tax. Yes, you heard me right. A natural gas tax. They're looking to end natural gas. And when it comes to coaching, you know the smartest guy out there? He's not a coach. He's an agent. I'll tell you why. Coming up in the next break. Tom, anything else on the text?
Yeah, so I found out about this insurrection trial I'm talking about. This is according to the Associated Press. It says Trump's first criminal trial is scheduled to begin in March, but it's looking increasingly unlikely that Donald Trump's election interference trial in D.C. will start in March. I made my case. Thank you very much.
You did not. Never mind.
That's
I'm
the
not,
Associated
look,
Press.
There's one thing since I've retired, I am trying to stop, and that's arguing with idiots.
Not an idiot. That's the AP. Do you trust the AP, Blake?
No, I deal with them every day. No, I don't.
Well, that's from them, straight from the horse's mouth.
Who's our pledge sponsor today, B?
My God, when I come back, Tom, I'm going to debunk that. I'm going to tear it up, and I'm going to debunk it.
When you come back, the trial will be over, dude.
Whatever. 8:01. I'm talking about when I come back from the break, you buffoon. KWMW Baltimore 105.1 FM, better known as W105. National Anthem of the Pledge being brought to you by our friend Rebecca Long. Started her business with Farmers Insurance at 19, still going strong. 40-plus years later, she loves helping folks. She can talk to you about your insurance, come up with a great quote to meet your needs. You know, some people look at how much money they pay for insurance, and they go, see, I got a great deal. Look how cheap it is. And then when an accident happens, they have no coverage. They have zero coverage, or maybe they have like a $2,500 deductible, and they can't afford a $2,500 deductible. Rebecca is going to look for a plan to meet your needs, to take care of you. 575-393-2661. Call Rebecca Long today. She can take care of all your insurance. Serving Lee, Eddy, and Chaves County. Call her today, 575-393-2661. She is a proud sponsor of the National Anthem and Pledge on W105.
Good morning. My name is Mia Jensen. Time for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty, justice for all.
Broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting. Or the land of the free and the home of the
God bless America. God bless you. We are Beyond the Breakfast Club. It is 8:05. Large prayer this morning being brought to you by Judah Oil, reminding you God is in control.
God is good. God is great.
Hello. I'm here with my wife Dixie, and I'm Blaze Campanella with Judah Oil. We pray that as you go through your day, that you will see all the blessings you've been given. God said that He will prosper you and not harm you. See, in a world that is lost, God is there. Yes, in the most empty place, your most fearful circumstance, God is there. He will never leave you. Never forget, Jesus loves you. He really, really does. Please take a moment and pray the Lord's Prayer with us. God bless you. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
8:06, quick look at the weather this morning being brought to you by Roadrunner Grill and Barbecue. You can find them at 811 West Main in Artesia. They offer a great breakfast up right now. Get in there for their world-famous pancakes, all their big, juicy strips of bacon. Get in there today, making me hungry right now. Roadrunner Grill and Barbecue, 811 West Main. Don't forget they serve up a awesome lunch. They also have barbecue that you can get in there and get for lunch. 811 West Main in Artesia, 575-736-2573. Call in advance and let them prepare the meals, and then you can go and pick them up. Cloudy skies today. High temperature 39. It's going to feel like it's going to be 1 with the wind chill. Tonight, 7 degrees with a wind chill of -7. Sunny skies tomorrow. It's going to feel like it's -2 with a high of 33. And then come Wednesday, it's like it never happened, and a high temperature getting up to about 62. We'll stay in the 60s for a couple days and then dip back down with another front pushing through. 5-day forecast, go to W105radio.com. Taking a break, keeping you updated with everything going on, being brought to you by Ragsdale Law Firm. Luke Ragsdale, he's the guy settling the cases like a $10 million case in the patch, $9 million case for medical malpractice, settling car wrecks, slip and falls. If you've been injured in any type of accidents, get in touch with Luke Ragsdale. And if you find yourself charged criminally, you need somebody to defend you, Luke Ragsdale, RagsdaleLawFirm.com. His number, 575-208-5300. Taking a break. We're coming right back. Be in the Breakfast Club, W105, qualifying you for the trip to Disney.
Call in and win.
Hey, everybody. It's me, Mickey Mouse.
We're going to Disney World.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. The Iowa caucuses are tonight. Fox's Rich Edson in Des Moines.
Nikki Haley is holding a campaign event out west in Sioux City in a few hours. Down the road in Sergeant Bluff, Ron DeSantis pitches voters in the early afternoon. Trump surrogates have a meet and greet this afternoon northwest of here in Fort Dodge, Iowa. Trump canceled a couple of in-person rallies this weekend. He was back at it yesterday and predicted a tremendous win.
Iowa's part of the country with very cold weather today.
An Arctic air mass has settled in with bitter cold temperatures as far south as South Texas. A winter storm is spreading snow and ice for the southern states, bringing dangerous travel conditions throughout the day. It will be the coldest Iowa caucus in modern history.
Fox meteorologist Janice Dean. President Biden's campaign reports its strongest fundraising quarter so far, $97 million with $117 million cash on hand. America's listening to Fox News.
Make sure you and the crew are rigged up with a full set of work gear from Rig Outfitters and the home store in Hobbs. Brands like Wrangler, Rocky, Timberland, Rasco, Durango, and Bulwark FR, just to name a couple of the big ones. Hard hats, safety vests, boots, and everything FR. Choose from a full line of Arctic coolers, jugs, and mugs to keep everything to temperature on the job site. From head to toe, Rig Outfitters in the home store has you safely covered. 1401 North Turner in Hobbs, inside the Broadmoor Mall.
Hey everyone, this is Daniel Bellis at Carlsbad Chevrolet. I want you guys to relax a little bit. I want you to lean back and I'm going to hypnotize you. We're going to buy your vehicles at Carlsbad Chevrolet. We're going to give you top dollar at Carlsbad Chevrolet to buy your vehicles.
Now wake up and bring me your dang car. What's really going on? Bring your cars. You need to get rid of them. I need more. I'm ready to pay you top dollar like I pay the auctions. We need to supplement these new cars that are not coming, and we need them now. That's right here at Carlsbad Chevrolet. No hassles, no commissions, period.
Graduating seniors,
If you are a Lee County Electric Cooperative member or one of their dependents, have taken either your ACT or your SATs, and plan to be a full-time student at an accredited college or university, you can now apply for the Lee County Electric Education Foundation Scholarship. Apply by the end of the business day on January 19th, 2024. You can apply with your school's counselor online at lcecnet.com/scholarship-program or visit your local Lee County Electric Cooperative office.
Honey, what are you doing? It's 4 a.m.
Well, I'm making a big breakfast for you and the kids. We got to get going this morning. It's a long drive to Midland Airport.
I booked our flights out of our airport here in Hobbs. It's in town, not in Texas.
Well, you want some toast?
Is that strawberry?
Organic boysenberry.
I'm going back to bed.
Love you.
Flying in and out of Hobbs gives you more time and less stress. So when it's time to fly, you gotta fly Hobbs.
When you need real licensed, bonded, and insured security, Southeast New Mexico Security Services is on the scene. Don't take your security for granted. Southeast New Mexico Security Services can protect your property, event, club, oil field location, or whatever else you need with licensed guards that will protect your assets. 20 years experience with security, licensed through the state of New Mexico, and fully insured. Give Jason or Ty a call at 575-706-8361 and stop worrying about the nonsense.
Sutherland's of Carlsbad is here for all your home improvement and DIY projects. Visit Sutherland's.com for how-to tips and guides. Skip the hassle. Buy online and pick up in-store for free at 2101 South Canal in Carlsbad. From hardware, lumber, cabinets, and plywood to fencing, power tools, and furniture, Sutherland's has what you need for the job, plus great financing options. Sutherland's, helping Americans build it better since 1917.
When you live your life in Wrangler clothes, it's hard to imagine working a 9-to-5 without them. While protection is important, you want clothes with style and comfort. And now, thanks to Wrangler flame-resistant apparel, you can have it all. Wrangler FR is designed to protect you from burn injury on the job, while continuing to offer the comfort and durability you'd expect from Wrangler. Stop by Benny's Western Store, 205 West Main in Artesia, and 107 South Canyon in Carlsbad to try on some Wrangler FR apparel today. When it comes to work clothes, wear clothes that work for you.
At Coffee Drilling LLC, they offer a wide range of drilling services from small domestic water to agricultural and monitor wells. In addition to mud and rotary drilling, Coffee Drilling offers services to pre-existing wells as well as troubleshooting of pumps and all control systems. Call Coffee Drilling today to schedule your routine maintenance or see about an upgrade to your water system. Call 505-270-1767. That's 505-270-1767. Coffee Drilling LLC, over 20 years experience and serving all of Hobbs, Lovington, and Eunice.
What happens in the Breakfast Club stays in the Breakfast Club.
B and the Breakfast Club.
Get your ass out of bed. Yeah. Not afraid to talk the talk. And we walk with a limp. B and the Breakfast Club.
He said it is what it is. Well, it is what it is because he is who he is. That's why it is what it is.
It's so cold. Chris Christie is keeping warm standing near a hot mic. It's so cold. Barbie is trading in her convertible for a snowmobile. It's so cold. Iran is stockpiling weapons-grade hot chocolate. It's so cold. Most of the country has numbers lower than Congress. And it's so cold. Gretchen from Mean Girls stopped trying to make fetch happen and started promoting thermal leggings.
That's cold. That's very, very, very cold. 8:15, still to come, boob of the day. And just a second, our number 877-396-W105. Tom back in the studio?
Not yet.
Please let me know when he's back in the studio so the classroom can begin. Just let me know when he's back. Hertz is going to sell 20,000 of its electric vehicles from their current fleet. You have any idea, Blake, what they're going to do? Hertz, what they're doing when they sell 20,000 electric vehicles?
They're going to buy real cars?
Yes, thank you. Ding, ding, ding. Yes, thank you. So Hertz is like, enough of this crap. I understand the government trying to mandate it. You bunch of dictators.
I wonder how many of those electric cars, got rented. But then when they did get rented, How many times did Hertz have to go rescue the people because they ran out of juice?
You know, it's got to be. My brother told me that he got to the airport in D.C.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Tom.
And there were no gas-powered cars. So he had to rent a electric car. Number one, performance was terrible because it was cold.
Right.
Electric cars do not like cold weather.
I know.
The batteries don't like cold weather.
Mm-mm.
So he had issues and turned it in the next day for a gas-powered vehicle. And, I mean, he's worked 40 years in the oil and gas industry. He doesn't want an electric vehicle.
Right.
Al Gore stepping down from Apple's board of directors, not because he will not say why he's stepping down. Could it be he's turning 75?
Maybe they just don't want him there.
Well, and I think that's what it is. I don't think he could get renominated. But when you're on the board of Apple, you're making bank. You're making a lot of money.
Right.
And thanks to inflation, the adjusted 2024 federal income tax bracket, more of your wages may be subject to lower tax rates than they were last year because of inflation.
Let's hope
Maybe.
So. Let's hope so.
I haven't looked at it yet, but that's what they're saying. Marco Rubio endorses Donald Trump for president in 2024, the eve of the Iowa caucus. This happened yesterday. Man arrested for breaking into the Monsanto Day School in Albuquerque. This happened late Saturday night when they caught him breaking into the school. Any idea what you're going to steal from? I get it. He was stealing iPads and MacBooks.
Right, yeah. I was going to say computers.
I'm going to be honest. That's worthless. When you steal an iPad nowadays or an iPhone, it's probably the dumbest thing you could possibly steal.
Because they can track
you. They could track you, but they're also unhackable. You can't hack into them.
Well, if the kids leave them unlocked.
Oh, maybe.
You know, and
maybe
just look for those to be on, Facebook Marketplace, cheap.
Oh, very cheap. But he was arrested. All right, Tom's back in the studio?
Yeah, I'm here, baby.
Okay, good. Tom, I'm going to read a couple headlines.
Okay.
NPR headline. You trust NPR?
National Public Radio?
Yes.
Senate acquits Trump in impeachment trial again. That's the headline.
That was 2 years ago.
Politico.
Of course, that
Senate.
I won't argue on that.
You did argue on that.
I'm arguing insurrection.
Wait a second.
That's what I'm arguing about.
Wait. I got to say it. I can't let this slide. What an idiot!
I just read you what the Supreme that they're not going to have that trial before the president's election.
Just turn his mic off, please.
You're not going to admit it because you don't want to be wrong.
Hey, B, I'm going to get us out of this real quick, and then we can come back to it if we want to. But I have a phone call who was on hold for a long time and hung up, and they came back.
Right, let's get him on the air. Get me out of this.
Good morning. You're on B in the Breakfast Club.
Good morning, guys. This is John from Eunice.
Hey, John. Good morning.
Hey, John. Thank you for the rescue, brother.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you, brother. Hey, Tom, just putting this out there, man. It wasn't racism. The reason they wanted you to leave, they probably got mad because you just wiped out the food bar.
The food bar. Oh, it was good. I will tell you that.
Oh, well, you might be onto something, John.
But I didn't get to eat it, though.
John, here's the deal. They saw him, and he had been at a previous event, and they were like, oh, hell no.
As far as the race relation goes, guys, we were a lot better off. Everybody knows this before Obama got put into office.
Yeah, you're right.
We got set back like 60 years, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
He didn't care anything but himself. To tell you the truth.
But you know what? We can all fix that. We can all fix that. Individually, we can fix that.
We can. I'm an equal opportunity racist. I don't like anybody.
Me too. Me too. And you know what?
That's not racist.
I treat everybody the same until you prove me wrong.
Yep.
I mean, if you're an idiot, I'll treat you accordingly.
Has nothing to do with your skin color.
No, nothing.
A couple more deals.
Appreciate
Couple more
you.
deals here, guys.
Yeah.
One more time.
Yeah.
The word. How come, Tom? Whenever I type in the word "damn" on a text, you won't read it. But if somebody disagrees with you and you want to make your point, you say, "Oh, I damn sure did." How come that is?
That's a great question, John.
I haven't done that in a while, by the way.
You just did a minute ago.
No.
Anyway, guys,
I read the text. Thank you, John.
Crazy.
This goes out
Thank
to
you,
everybody
John.
out there, man. Got a dog or cat or whatever outside. Give it some blankets or give it something, some bedding or something.
Bring
This
it
cold
in.
is all get out.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. Put them inside.
Guys, y'all have a good day.
Cold.
Thank you, John.
Thank you. So I'm not going to get back into the discussion about Tom. I'm done. He proved his own point.
No. The Supreme Court declines to rule on whether Trump can be prosecuted for now. This comes from last month. And they said it would not immediately take up the plea by special counsel Jack Smith to rule on whether former President Donald Trump can be prosecuted for his actions to overturn the 2020 election results.
He was already found. Senate.
No,
the Senate.
No. I'm sorry, you're dead wrong.
The Senate acquitted him of insurrection.
No, sir. They haven't even heard that case. I just told you that. They declined to rule on whether Trump can be prosecuted
just
for
read
now.
you the headlines.
No.
Senate acquits Trump and impeachment. February 13, 2021. February 13, 2021. Politico. Trump acquitted. Senate acquits Trump on inciting deadly Capitol riot.
No, sir.
AP. February 13, 2021. Trump acquits, denounces the historic impeachment trial. Reuters. The Republican firewall. The Senate acquits Donald Trump of insurrection charges. February 13, 2021. Quit arguing and look it up.
That guy was already out of office. How can they prosecute him?
Arguing
Tom,
and look
for
at
impeachment.
Here's what happened. Tom found one article that he misinterpreted, and so that's what he's hanging his hat on.
Nope. He's not
You know,
been
Here's
heard.
the deal.
Mm-hmm.
There is nothing worse than somebody that's proved wrong. It is not.
And you should know better.
So what did it say that they were talking about, Tom?
About the 2021.
What does it say?
Well, I got to read further down now.
No, just what.
Done.
You said.
I'm done.
You said
Uh-huh.
that it was election interference. That's different.
Insurrection.
That's different.
Or
Those are
insurrection.
two different things.
I've been talking about insurrection all this time.
Yeah, and the story you read, the AP, was talking about election interference. Two different
What you
things.
need to do
Same thing.
is
No, they're vastly different.
Go talk about something else.
Yeah,
You
me.
can go talk about erection if you'd like. I'm done with
Me.
you. 824 states that are the most racial have had the most racial progress. Georgia number 1, Texas number 2, Mississippi number 3, New Mexico number 4, Wyoming number 5. Wyoming.
They got like
What's
almost 700,000 people.
Yeah. The most integrated states overall: Hawaii, Arizona, New Mexico, Washington State, and Kentucky. Texas did come in at number 8. DHS tells the Supreme Court that they were forced to bring illegals into the United States under certain conditions due to a Texas blockade. President Biden's DHS filed a supplemental memo in its lawsuit against Texas with the Supreme Court, objecting to the state's new barrier barring the Border Patrol agents from aiding and abetting illegal aliens entering the United States. On Wednesday, Texas began blockading Shelby Park and Eagle Pass, a popular entry point by illegal aliens. I don't know if you've seen the video. There are actually people playing golf in that park. Mm-hmm. It's a public park. Mm-hmm. And people coming, hey, can we just like step in here because no, please, no four. We got to keep moving. And there are people like they're playing golf, and there are people like coming across.
Nothing's going to stop them from playing golf.
No. And they're like, sorry about hitting you, man. I apologize. 5 wealthiest people on earth have become a whole lot richer. In fact, they've doubled their wealth since 2020.
Wow.
Who are these lucky son of a guns?
How many of them are Americans?
You got Jeff Bezos.
Okay.
Warren Buffett.
Mm-hmm.
Bernard Arnault.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's French.
Yep.
Larry Ellison.
Mm-hmm.
And Elon Musk.
And all of those people have recently taken a huge cash position.
Yep, they have all gotten into cash. So Bernard Arnault is he's French.
Yes.
And Bezos, of course. Who was the other guy? Larry Ellison. Who is Larry Ellison?
I don't know.
I have no idea who Larry Ellison
is. Let's see, what did he do? He did Oracle.
Oh, part of Warren Buffett.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Joe Biden aimed at unveiling a natural gas tax, proposed that they would tax oil and gas companies. So companies would be required to pay a penalty of $900 for every ton of methane emitted beyond the limits. So a natural gas tax. How are we going to heat up our homes? I want you to think about the inflation that people are suffering through right now. How are we going to heat up our homes? Tom, I'll give you a chance to redeem yourself.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Your question is?
He already asked your question. He said, how are we going to heat our homes?
Space heaters.
Which are powered by?
Solar.
Do you know how much?
I don't know.
So heat is the number one thing that draws more electricity than anything else. Like if you're going to try to heat your home with electric like that, that actually draws more than your air conditioner.
And have you ever tried heating your home with like space heaters, electric space heaters?
I have one in my back bedroom, yes.
And your door was frozen shut.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So Bernard Arnault,
not as efficient. And we want to talk about energy efficient. They're not as efficient as gas heaters.
No.
They are just not.
Well, I got propane.
So out of the 5, the French guy, Bernard Arnault, I thought this is who he was. He owns. He's the CEO of Louis Vuitton.
Oh.
What is that? Perfume?
Louis Vuitton makes that much money?
Well, he does a lot of other
okay.
investing and such.
Wow. All right, Boob of the Day coming up. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Camp of the Tall Pines, camptallpines.com. You can check them out online right now. Make your reservations. You want to get up to the mountains, this is a cool place to go. If you don't believe me, go to that website, camptallpines.com, or just look them up on Facebook. They're on social media. Camp Tall Pines, scenic Mayhill, New Mexico. They've got the cozy cabins, raised platform campsites, convenient RV hookups. Looking to get away for a little while? This is a perfect place to park your RV. They've got a pavilion for public functions. Maybe you think about holding an event there coming up in the spring. That would be awesome. Give them a call, 575-687-4101, camptallpines.com. Jimmy Sexton. I'm not going to even ask the question, who's Jimmy Sexton? I'm just going to roll into the story. Blake probably knows who Jimmy Sexton is.
No.
Jimmy Sexton is a sports agent. So all the coaches have Jimmy Sexton. So Jimmy Sexton, I mean, this guy is a master manipulator. So Nick Saban was his client. He retires. He uses the Alabama job as leverage to get Dan Lanning a huge raise, Mike Norvell a huge raise, and Steve Sarkisian. Guess whose clients? They're all his clients.
Mm-hmm.
And then he places his other client, Kalen DeBoer, at Alabama. Now, a sports agent gets paid a percentage of contracts.
10%.
If I understand
it varies by athlete.
Right.
You can't
just say 10.
But it starts them at 10.
No, I don't think it's 10.
It,
I think it's a lot less than that.
It varies.
I'm thinking it's like 5%.
No. It's in the neighborhood. So
Anyway, so with that move, he gets 1, 2, 3. He loses Nick Saban.
Right.
And he 1, 2, 3. He gets 3 people a bump in pay, and then he gets the new coach at Alabama. So sports agents generally get between 4 and 15% of a athlete's paying contract. Wow.
He made a bundle.
So this dude just made bank.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea how much money he made, but it sounds like a great gig to get in. All right, Boob of the Day coming up next, 8:32. We are B and the Breakfast Club. Boob of the Day being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics. Medical professionals on staff right now. Take the deep dive. Let them draw your blood and take the deep dive into your blood work to find out what is going on with you. If you're not feeling good, there's a reason. Could be hormonal, could be something else. Let them do the deep dive. Cool thing is, I have never had a doctor that spends as much time with me going over each each part of the panels. I've never had somebody do that. That's what they do. They can find out things that most doctors are not even looking at. Take the deep dive. Could be low testosterone guys. Talk to them about that. Also talk to them about ladies' hormonal optimization. When it comes to pain, they understand living in pain is not fun. They offer stem cell therapy and ozone therapy and the cryotherapy chamber. Desert Functional, 3900 North Lovington Highway, Hobbs, America. Follow them on Facebook and online at thedesertfma.com. Proud sponsor of the Boob of the Day.
So, huge swaths of the U.S. are obviously dealing with heavy snowfall. They even delayed one of the football games for it. But there's also been something else falling from the sky in Oklahoma. Someone near Oklahoma City has been using a drone to drop and attach sex toys to streetlights and other hard-to-reach places. The first sighting was last Wednesday when someone called the cops about an adult toy stuck to the top of a traffic light. The person,
I'd like to hear that call.
Right, wouldn't you? The person also, whoever doing this, also put one on a water tower and stuck another one to the side of a Walmart. It's mostly happening around Moore, Oklahoma. You might remember that place. That's the suburb of Oklahoma City where they had that EF5 tornado that basically wiped out the town and they had to rebuild. But police are not amused at this. They put out a statement saying, quote, "The Moore Police Department does not condone the actions of this individual and finds the prank inappropriate," unquote. They're still trying to figure out who's doing it. Like, why don't you just watch for the drone flying with the sex toy, right? And then when they do find out, they're trying to discuss whether they're going to actually arrest them or just issue them a fine. And
what would be the charge?
I don't know.
Dropping plastic toys?
I guess. Maybe
I'm
it's
interested
because,
in knowing the charge.
Can you imagine sitting at the street light, looking up at the traffic light and seeing one of those things stuck to it?
Look, Mommy, what's that?
Well, and for whoever is doing that, you are the boob of the day.
Boob of the day being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics. Tom could have been the boob of the day. We gave him a pass just for the day.
Could be.
Private security company. The CEO is behind bars after he's accused of threatening someone with his gun. CEO of the company IPS was arrested outside of Albuquerque restaurant. Aaron Jones, 58, arrested at Popeyes on San Mateo and Montgomery yesterday. Got a call from that the International Protection Service CEO pointed a gun at a customer at the restaurant and the parking lot in Northeast Albuquerque. I've been to that Popeyes. Yeah, there's a lot of people that hang out at that. Yeah. According to the court document, the victim said he made a comment about the traffic while getting in his car. When he started back out, the victim said that Jones walked up to the window and threatened him with a gun. IPS is a private security firm headquartered in Albuquerque, offers security services in California, Arizona, Washington, Nevada, Oregon, and Florida, and Texas. By the way, in the past, Jones has often been outspoken about violent crime in the metro area. Maybe he'll be looking to take that company somewhere else. And Disney is not adding a maternity ward so pregnant women can give birth at their parks. They wanted to make sure that everybody understood this, came out with a story. New York Post reporting on a rumor last weekend saying that people could have their maternity suite for $5,000 a night and well-trained, experienced doctors working to allow you to give birth at the inside a castle or right in front of Mickey or whatever. What a Mickey Mouse organization. By the way, they came out and said, not true. And you know who gets to blame? The Onion strikes again.
Well, what is true is that Disney does offer, it's really expensive. It could be that much. You can stay in Cinderella's castle. There is a luxury suite in the castle.
They are not promoting people giving birth not at Disney. Now, naked guys swimming in the pool, that takes it a whole nother step. Remember that story, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's a small, small world.
It was, apparently.
And evidently it was. I watched a movie on Netflix over the weekend, and I hate movies that you have to read the subtitles.
Yeah.
I hate those type of movies.
Why'd you watch it?
But the wife had seen the previews, and she's like, we ought to watch this movie.
What movie was it?
You do know that it's subtitles.
Right.
Not a fan. I'm looking for the damn name of the movie.
I'm okay with subtitles.
But I was entrenched in this movie. I mean, that's how good it was. The lady is caught up in a container and is in the container fell off the ship.
Uh-oh.
And so and not only that, she got separated from her husband, and she's pregnant.
Oh, I think I've seen previews for that.
Did she drown?
That is, that is one of the best movies that I have seen in a long time. I couldn't stop watching it.
Wow.
Couldn't stop. Yeah, I couldn't stop watching it. That's how good it was.
So
I can't find the damn movie now.
So it wasn't a shoot 'em up movie?
No.
No. I think I've seen the previews for that.
Who's the movie star?
I can't think of the damn. There is nobody that stars in this movie that you will recognize.
One of the
one of the best movies that I have seen.
One of the best werewolf movies I'd ever seen was a French movie called Brotherhood of the Wolf, and it's all subtitled because they only released it in French.
Really, Lon Chaney's
called
really werewolf.
Really,
Nowhere.
Yeah.
Is the name of the movie.
Nowhere.
And
Nowhere.
it stars nobody. So the leaking container, she's adrift in the middle of the ocean.
Oh my God.
And the water is rising. She had already witnessed one of the other containers going down. So I'm not going to ruin it all, but great movie.
Really?
If you haven't watched it because you were like, I don't want to read the subtitles, to me it was worth it, even with the subtitles.
Were they in Japanese or Chinese?
What's the original language?
I think it's Spanish.
Okay.
So,
like from Spanish.
Yeah, like from Spain. Yeah, exactly. And these people were fleeing a country, war-torn country, and that's why they got in the containers.
Gotcha.
So, all right, on the way, New Mexico, high rate of flu cases. We'll talk about that.
I know, that's
fear grows that Trump will use the military and dictator ways. So we'll talk about that. And this woman was pregnant, flying. Asked the guy in the aisle seat if he could change seats with her. He's famous now. We'll talk about that. And Biden confronts the hecklers in Pennsylvania. They were shouting, "You're a loser." We'll get to that coming up. And a family of a man killed in the shooting is suing the city of Albuquerque. We'll get to those stories. Tom in the text before we take our break.
All right, so this texter is saying, you know what, Trump was impeached about the insurrection, but they have filed charges against him for it. You know, Tom is right.
No, they have not filed for insurrection.
This according to the texter.
It was for election interference.
Well, same thing.
So you're still wrong, Tom.
Wow. I'm going to stand by it, too.
Of course.
Keep standing by something you're wrong about. I read you the damn headlines.
432 Liberal says, Brotherhood of the Wolf was a great movie.
It really was.
Says the texter. Another texter says, please, stop putting Tommy on the radio. He's an idiot. Anyway, get rid of this dumb butt. Says the texter. Yeah, and I love you, too. Really, I do. Another texter says the charge could be vandalism without a doubt.
Don't know.
It's good, thank you. Yeah, Emma is great.
Come on, man.
So, did we talk about this sometime? I don't remember. Anyway, there you go, B.
Look, right down there, there's another texture that says there's a difference in the insurrection trial and an election interference trial.
Which we haven't had yet.
That's what I just said, Tom. That's not for insurrection. It's for election interference.
Not insurrection. Why do you think this got a big deal? You remember our friend?
Do you know anything about the law?
Do you remember our friend Coy Griffin?
Do what?
Coy Griffin got indicted, got prosecuted, and now he no longer can seek a public office.
This has nothing to do with that.
In the neighborhood.
Apples and oranges.
He's dying over there, man. What's wrong with you?
Oh, my God. I never thought somebody could be that stupid. Oh, my God.
And okay, you guys are both wrong, says this is Travis from Roswell. Tom is talking about Jack Smith's special prosecutor's charges, which do not include
not what he said.
See?
This is Travis from Roswell.
Does not include insurrection.
He don't know either.
Everybody except you is wrong. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. That's usually the way it works.
Yeah.
Look, is the legal system, while it's complicated and such, when it comes to what judges and what courts that things go to, that's a relatively simple thing to follow, Tom. This is the Senate is in charge of
insurrection.
Yes. So he has to be impeached by the House first, okay? That's just hey, you're a bad boy, right?
It's just political stuff.
But the Senate can't act unless they're impeached by the House. So it was an impeachment in the House, so he was impeached. Then the actual charges go to the Senate, where he was found not guilty of insurrection.
No, those charges are state charges, dude.
Incorrect. Those
State
are all
charges.
federal charges.
Because he committed those in Washington, D.C.
Which is not a state. That's a federal territory, district. The District of Columbia is a federal district.
But they're still going to have... Why do you think they want to take him out, Blake? Really?
Look, you're mixing things up again, Tom.
No, why do they want to take him out? They don't want him to be president.
That has nothing to do with it.
He's killing me today. Just turn his mic off.
We don't want to kill B on the air.
Let's take a break, B.
God almighty. All right, let's take a break. Let me check the weather real quick. Being brought to you by Zia Guns, 1907 North Main in Roswell. Handguns, rifles, shotguns. They've got over 1,000 guns in stock. And ARs. The governor is pushing hard to get legislation to make it a 14-day waiting period to get your gun for law-abiding citizens that have not broke the law. I would like to know people that got the gun and went and committed the crime on the same day. They have to have those numbers, you would think, right? Zia Guns reminds you, get in there and get your gun now. Do the federal background check and get your gun now. Trade in your old gun to get a better gun, or if you're holding on to your guns, that's okay with them. Ladies, if you've never thought about getting personal protection, now might be the time. Stop in and see them. They've been around for almost 40 years now. 1907 North Main in Roswell, largest selection of firearms, great people to deal with. Zia Guns, 1907 North Main in Roswell. Check them out today. Cloudy skies, 39 for the high. Wind value about 1 degree today. Cloudy skies tonight, 8 for the overnight low. It's going to feel like -7. Wind factor tomorrow, -2. And then Wednesday, like it never happened, high temperature of 62. 5-day forecast, check them out, W105radio.com. Checking in with news, getting you qualified for the trip to Disney. News this morning being brought to you by Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply, 1105 East 2nd, and Roswell, homegrown and proud of it. Farm supplies, ranch supplies, Western wear, they've got everything. Your feed dealer, they are your certified Purina dealer. 1105 East 2nd in Roswell, also at RoswellLivestock.com. Taking a break, it's 12 minutes away from 9, we're W105.
Call in and win.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Mickey Mouse.
We're going to Disney World.
News brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington. Getting the job done right every time since 2004.
Proudly serving most phases of the oil field process, Stone Oilfield Services has a fleet of over 60 trucks and a workforce of over 100 employees. From water transport to kill and vac truck operations, flowback services and pit filling to the clean out of rigs and tanks, as well as oiling and acidizing, Stone Oilfield believes in getting the job done right every time. Their central motto, do what you say you can do. Call them today at 575-396-1840. That's 396-1840.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. The Iowa caucuses are tonight. Fox's Rich Edson in Des Moines.
Nikki Haley is holding a campaign event out west in Sioux City in a few hours. Down the road in Sergeant Bluff, Ron DeSantis pitches voters in the early afternoon. Trump surrogates have a meet and greet this afternoon northwest of here in Fort Dodge, Iowa. Trump canceled a couple of in-person rallies this weekend. He was back at it yesterday and predicted a tremendous win.
Iowa's part of the country with very cold weather today.
An Arctic air mass has settled in with bitter cold temperatures as far south as South Texas. A winter storm is spreading snow and ice for the southern states, bringing dangerous travel conditions throughout the day. It will be the coldest Iowa caucus in modern history.
Fox meteorologist Janice Dean. President Biden's campaign reports its strongest fundraising quarter so far, $97 million with $117 million cash on hand. America's listening to Fox News.
That is the sound of your company logo getting printed on 500 shirts. Smart move. And an even smarter move in choosing the experts.
Awesome Graphics, serving Southeast New Mexico and West Texas for 15 years, can not only brand your t-shirts, they can embroider your polos, hats, and jackets. They can print your signs and stickers, large and small. They can handle vinyl graphics for your vehicle. Are the windows in your business too plain? Awesome can print custom decals that allow you to see out, but your customers just see your logo. In fact, Awesome Graphics can put your logo on practically every promotional item under the sun, from coffee cups and water bottles to keychains and sun visors for your company vehicles. Want authentic Yeti ramblers, mugs, or tumblers customized with your company logo? Awesome Graphics is ready. Stop by 523 West Sanger and Hobbs for ideas, or simply visit myawesomegraphics.com. Trust Awesome Graphics and rest assured, whatever they print it on, your logo will look awesome.
Wilbanks Trucking Service is seeking dedicated, responsible, and committed professionals to join their team. CDL positions that pay starting at $25 to $33 depending on experience. Non-CDL positions starting at $20 per hour. And crane operators at $34 to $45 per hour depending on experience. Wilbanks Trucking Services offers comprehensive training and excellent benefits including medical, dental, and vision, 401k, and housing for out-of-town employees. To join the leaders in oilfield services, call 575-746-6318 or visit wilbanks.us for more information on career opportunities. Wilbanks Trucking Services is an equal opportunity employer.
Hey everyone, this is Daniel Bellis at Carlsbad Chevrolet. I want you guys to relax a little bit. I want you to lean back and I'm going to hypnotize you. We're going to buy your vehicles at Carlsbad Chevrolet. We're going to give you top dollar at Carlsbad Chevrolet to buy your vehicles.
Now wake up and bring me your dang car. What's really going on? Bring your cars. You need to get rid of them. I need more. I'm ready to pay you top dollar like I pay the auctions. We need to supplement these new cars that are not coming, and we need them now. That's right here at Carlsbad Chevrolet. No hassles, no commissions, period.
It's almost time.
Almost time what?
Professional bull riding is coming to Hobbs.
Professional bull riding?
That's right. Professional bull riding is coming back to Hobbs, and you better not miss it. Mom and Dad, Grandpa and Grandma. Even my sister needs to go.
It must be fun if you're inviting your sister. Get your Tough Hedeman Bull Riding Tour tickets now at Martin Boot Company in Hobbs or online at selectaseatlubbock.com. The best bull riding on the planet. Coming January 20th to Lee County Event Center.
Get your tickets now at the Lee County Event Center. Special thanks to H.F. Sinclair, Martin Boot Company, Stone Oilfield Services, Miko Services, Legendary Services, and Sunrise Trucking.
Professional bull riding is coming to Hobbs.
Tough Hedeman Bull Riding. The best bull riding on the planet. Coming January 20th to Lee County Event Center.
You can stock up on breakfast this week at Bob's Ridgeway with Eggland's Best Eggs, $2.48 a dozen. Pillsbury orange or cinnamon rolls, the big can, just $2.88. Food Club pancakes or waffles, 24 count, just $3.98. Get Food Club cereals, 3 big boxes, just $5. Food Club OJ, big 64-ounce, 2 for $6. Get Daily Stacked Bacon, 24-ounce, $8.99. Johnsonville sausage, 12-ounce, just $3.69. The best breakfast values and over 150 grocery specials this week, where the quality, value, and service still matter, and where they still carry your groceries out. Bob's Ridgeway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
B and the Breakfast Club in the morning, W105.
B and the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain Gods studio. Text line at 877-396-W105.
Yeah, let's just get this over with.
8:54, we are BN, the Breakfast Club. Still to come, we got the good news of the day on the way. Maybe we'll qualify, folks, one more time before we get out of here. Tradio coming up at 9:30. We'll continue to talk about the question of the day. Do you allow people to smoke inside your home? Also, race relations. Have they gotten any better on a Martin Luther King Monday? Of course, most banks are closed. All banks are closed. Schools are closed.
Governments are closed.
What's that?
All the government offices are closed.
Yeah, every government office is pretty much shut down if you planned on calling the state. The session begins
tomorrow.
Tomorrow. That's what I was thinking. Not today, but tomorrow.
Yep.
So if you missed, the governor came down on Friday, and with her strategy, 5 new gun laws that she's trying to implement, raising the age of being able to get a gun to 21, raising the number of days before you have a 14-day wait period before you actually get your gun. In most cases, a lot of people get their gun the same day now.
Well, yeah.
And that's a problem. I'd like to know the numbers.
It's the background check. I mean, that's what they do. And when it clears, they let them have it.
Yeah. So how many people, how many crimes were committed with a gun on the same day they bought it? Or within 14 days? Let's be fair about it.
I bet they don't have a statistic for that.
I bet they don't, but I bet they could come up with it if they wanted, but they won't because I think the numbers are totally opposite than what they're thinking.
Well, my big question on that is, who's committing crimes with guns they buy legally, other than these mass shootings? Then most of them aren't acquired legally anyway, but who's committing a crime with a gun that they acquired legally?
And are they committing those crimes within 14 days? Because if not, it's all for naught.
But, I mean, how upset would people be if they said, hey, you can buy a car, but you got to wait 14 days to pick it up? Whoa.
Yeah.
Or,
I don't think.
Or to battle people who are overweight, you can go buy a pack of Oreos, but you got to wait 14 days to go pick it up.
Right. Tom, would you be okay with that?
Yeah.
Yes, you'd be okay with buying your Oreos and not being able to get them for 2 weeks?
Yeah, gotcha.
That's what you look forward to, see? Because if you eat them right away, they're like no big deal.
Top Gun 3, Paramount is giving the go-ahead for writers to start writing Top Gun 3.
Why?
Tom Cruise said, show me the script first. Don't do it.
By the way,
don't do it.
By the way, Warner Brothers just signed him to do a bunch of movies.
Don't do it. University of Colorado football coach, Deion Coach Hype Sanders, reveals that he had 2 of his left toes amputated after a bout with a life-threatening blood clot. Didn't that happen years ago?
Yeah, that's not where I thought you were going. I thought you were going with there's a big push to try to get him to go coach the Cowboys.
No, he would be Top Gun 3. Yeah. I mean, is this a news story about Deion? That happened a while back while he was at Jackson State.
At least before he took the job at
Colorado.
I wonder why they included that. Like it's new info.
Tell you what, he can't market flip-flops.
You can't market flip-flops.
One thing he can't.
So you're out.
He's trying to make a joke. Deion actually had that joke told to him by Shannon Sharp already.
Yeah, what did he say? Close to mine. I bet you it's better than mine.
Oh, please.
One better than mine.
You know, because we talked about it on the air.
That doesn't mean he remembers.
No, you're right about that. If you ever drove the Colorado coast passing through a town of Buellton, you may have stopped at the Anderson's Pea Soup.
California?
The rest stop travelers in California.
Okay.
They've been around for 100 years. They closed this week. Joe Biden killed them.
Joe Biden with Gavin Newsom.
Yeah, well, both of them. Yeah, it was a combined effort. They're very proud of it, too. 877-396-W105. Tom A. and the text. Good news of the day coming up in a second. 8:59.
You know, the texter's asking, I thought the question of the day was going to be, do women have the right to run for president? Says the texter.
Oh, we were going to do something about that.
I don't remember.
Remember, because we had the caller who said women can't run for president and can't be pastors and they can't.
Oh, that was yesterday, wasn't it?
No, we said we were going to do it on Monday.
Oh,
I forgot.
Yesterday. You were at work on a Sunday?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm just double checking.
It was Friday.
That's Friday.
I'm starting to worry about you. Some of the things you say.
Yeah, well, you've known me for 15 years. It didn't change nothing. I ain't changed nothing.
Tom, I want you to go for cognitive testing.
I already did 478.
You went to a neurologist?
Mm-hmm.
478. What is that?
This is the number you all gave me last week.
Yeah, that doesn't mean anything about cognitive testing.
That's cognitive.
What was the other part of that?
Big rubber red ball.
No.
Oh, was it?
You added to it.
Oh, well, see, so, at least I knew how to add to it.
No, that's a sign of cognitive decline, too, trying to make up for it.
Oh.
So you went to a neurologist and took a test?
Last year, I did.
You went to a neurologist?
I got an appointment next week to go back to my neurologist.
So what kind of test did they give you?
Well, they said squeeze my hand.
That is one of the ones they do, yeah.
Okay. And then she asked me something else. I forgot.
Tell them you want to do the square peg in the round hole.
No, they don't do those anymore.
No, they don't. But there are. I mean, the squeezing the hand is one of the things, and there's a couple different things they do with that.
Well, I don't squeeze my hand.
Oh, please! You've got the softest touch in the world. Tom, you remember the guy from Rocky, the Rocky actor?
Which one? Stallone?
Dolph Lundgren.
Yes.
He's 66.
I will break
you.
Old.
He's
married.
Old. He's married. He's 66. He's married. And his wife is 27.
Yes, I saw that.
Well, Tom will know the answer to this question.
Tell me.
Who was he married to?
He was married to that big, tall blonde.
Bridget.
Stallone's wife, too. Used to be Stallone's
Bridget.
Bridget Nielsen.
Yep.
What else do you want to know about
Brigitte?
Rocky?
I'm sorry, I said it wrong. Brigitte. Brigitte Nielsen.
I will break you.
Anyway, his 20. He said they have a great relationship.
Oh, I bet they do.
He was her personal. She was his personal trainer. That's how they met. And then they got together. He's got a new movie coming out soon. They actually look good together and look happy. So whatever floats their boat.
Right.
8 is simply a number. I tell the wife all the time, if something happens to you and you die, I'm going to trade you in for 2 22-year-olds.
Okay.
She says, and, well, just for one night. I mean, it's not like I'm going to get in a relationship with them. 877-396-W105B in the breakfast. See, my wife puts up with even my bad humor.
That's bad.
And if I die, she's going to go and find a guy named Kevin, and she'll call him Kevin, too.
Gavino.
877-396-W105. New Mexico, get ready. Elections coming up. Flu cases in New Mexico, higher than most states. According to the CDC, we've had a spike of RSV and COVID. Look, most states have had a run of flu and RSV and the whole works. That's why they're pushing everybody to go get COVID vaccines and the flu vaccines.
The flu, I do adhere to. Yeah, take it.
You adhere to the flu.
Mm-hmm. Take your shot.
But you got sick
because I didn't take my shot this year.
You just said you take it.
Yeah, I do take it, but I didn't take it this year.
Oh,
it's a holiday Monday.
If I ever have another stroke on the air, please blame Tom. Please. All right, this is an NBC story. NBC saying Donald Trump will spark fears among those who understand the inner workings of the Pentagon that could be converted into a nonpartisan U.S. military, the muscle of his political agenda. They're trying to say he will take out anybody that's gay and anybody that is on the other side of the aisle. Media and all kind of other. Let me ask a serious question.
Okay.
Why didn't Donald Trump do that the first time?
Good. question.
Because that's not what he's going to do this time either.
So he says that he will be a dictator who devalues the checks and balances in the nation's 2-century-old democracy. All right.
No, we have a 2-century-old representative republic.
Yeah. So if there's anybody that looks at the nation and the checks and balances that doesn't go along with the checks and balances, that would be Joe Biden.
Yes.
Joe Biden was told by the Supreme Court that it was unconstitutional for him to erase student loan debt.
Correct.
Yeah.
He did it anyway.
Correct.
Donald Trump has a history. He has a track record. He did none of that. He is the only president in like 40-plus years to not get us into a war.
Mm-hmm.
This story goes on to talk about he could commit political assassinations of political rivals.
Mm-mm.
Where is the proof of something? NBC, you guys have just jumped into the dumpster. Sad. Sad, sad, sad. All right, a woman asking somebody on a plane if they could switch seats with her because she's pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
And they said no. They said, and you know what? It's their right to keep their own seat.
Correct.
But where is the sense of humanity to say, no, I'll give up my seat?
Correct.
Well, I mean,
Manners.
I'm not giving up my seat. I'm getting a seat.
Right. You're just changing seats.
When you're pregnant, and I've never been pregnant. Tom, you ever been pregnant? You have to go to the bathroom a lot sometimes because that baby is pushing up against your bladder.
Mm-hmm.
And nope, wouldn't let her have the seat. I'd have went to the bathroom 15 times in like an hour.
Mm-hmm.
I would make him get up every time. But anyway, the whole thing captured on video. Oh, this was a 14-hour flight. Holy crap. Oh no, I would have made him a whole bunch of times. Usually if you're so many months into the pregnancy, you're not flying overseas.
Mm-mm.
That's right.
Holy cow.
Well, and does it say how much she was? I mean,
it doesn't say how many weeks was she along.
I mean, that's just kind of
I would have given up my
courtesy.
seat.
Yeah, manners.
I mean, there were times that me and my wife, for whatever reason, we got split up, and we just asked the person that's in the seat next to me, "Can you just switch? Would it bother you if you switch with us?" Most of the time, in fact, every time, they say, "No, not a big deal. Not a big deal at all." So. Looks like a family of the man killed in a shooting sues the Albuquerque Police Department. They're saying this young man was not a bad man. He was not a criminal. He was a loving, caring person who had mental illness. And so Colin DeVescals, his family's been very vocal. The shooting happened in March of 2022. When he was shot by the police. Now, he did have a gun, and officers contend that he pointed the gun at them. And anybody who points a gun at officers is going to be, they're going to protect themselves, and they have every right. I would think if we follow this story, they're going to settle out of court. They're going to settle out of court. They're going to get paid millions. Hecklers shouting at Joe Biden in his home state of Pennsylvania. Wait, I thought Delaware was his home. Oh, okay, he grew up in Scranton, PA.
Scranton.
Anyway, they were yelling at him, "You're a loser. You're a loser." Joe didn't like it. Cost of groceries in America. What state do you think is the most expensive?
I'm going to say New York.
For what things?
Cost of groceries.
Groceries.
Alaska.
So
Hawaii?
they took certain groceries. They went to every state and bought the same items.
Mm-hmm.
California was number one, most expensive, followed by Nevada, Mississippi. I'm surprised Mississippi. Washington came in at number 4, Florida number 5, New Mexico came in at number 6 for the most expensive when it comes to groceries.
Regular grocery shopping, that is true.
Yeah,
I can do the same items in Hobbs and go to Midland, and it will actually pay for the gas to go to Midland.
That's the top 6. New Mexico coming in at number 6.
Alaska didn't make the top 6?
No.
Wow.
No, you would think Alaska would be the most expensive state.
You know, I probably average about $50 of groceries a month.
$50 of groceries a month.
Just me.
It's only 50 because he eats out all the time.
Well, I was not going to get to that, but now that you mention it, $785 last month.
And eating out?
Yeah. I mean, if you're single, you ain't got nobody to cook for but yourself. And maybe Monahan's and push-ups.
So why don't you cook? If you're single, that's even better because you don't have to ask somebody what they want to eat.
Yeah, but it's getting up and making food.
Oh, yeah. So you just admitted that you're lazy.
Right.
Thank you.
I love to cook.
I got to come to your house.
I love to cook too. And I am blessed to have a wife that 2 times during the day, she says, what do you want to eat?
Mm-hmm.
1 time a day, at night. Most of the time we go out to eat every night. And lunch.
Going out to eat in the Philippines is cheap, dude.
It is.
That's his point.
But I'm blessed that she prepares my meals.
When you're here, Kevin, how often do you go out?
You don't.
1 time a week.
There you go. There's the difference.
Once or twice. It's not every day like Tom. $50 for groceries. That's crazy.
That's usually for the cats.
You wonder why you ain't got a pot to pee in or a window to throw it out. Weather for today, calling for a chance of increasing clouds, but cold weather, feeling like it's 1 degrees out there. How cold is it, Blake?
Right now, 17 degrees outside the studio.
It feels cold. Quick check of the weather being brought to you by Janko Janitorial, located 324 West Main in Artesia. Stop by and talk to them about getting all your janitorial supplies from them or letting them do all the cleaning. They do oil field cleaning, industrial cleaning, commercial cleaning. They can clean your office or they can go out to a location in the patch and clean. And their folks are all certified. Certified pathogen certified, hazmat certified, and PPE certified. Call Amber today if you need cleaning supplies or need them to do all the cleaning. 575-703-1869. Find them on the web at jancojanitorial.com. We're going to take a break. We're coming back. Good news of the day on the way. Tradio not too far away. News this morning being brought to you by Seminole Siding and Construction, a trusted name across southeast New Mexico. If you're looking for somebody to take care of your replacing your metal roof or your shingle roof, they do that, and they work with the insurance companies. Need somebody to give your home a face-over, new windows, new siding, new doors. They can take care of all of that. Or maybe you're looking for a metal building. They can provide you with industrial and commercial-grade metal buildings. Find them online at SeminoleSidingAndConstruction.com or call them 575-391-1430. Give them a holler today. SeminoleSidingAndConstruction.com. Taking a break, coming back, 8:15. Be on the Breakfast Club. Good news up next.
Call in and win.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Mickey Mouse.
We're going to Disney World.
W105.
The first race in the 2024 presidential campaign is here, and the top four candidates believe their supporters will show up on the coldest caucus day in Iowa history.
The candidates themselves, they fanned out across the state today. They're campaigning across Iowa up until caucus time. Former President Donald Trump canceled a couple of in-person rallies this weekend. This is the type of state where the ground game has mattered, getting volunteers and staff to persuade supporters to show to a caucus site.
Fox's Rich Edson. Ron DeSantis, Vivek Ramaswamy, Nikki Haley had a message for their voters earlier on Fox and Friends.
The only one running who has beaten the Democrats and the left time and time again.
Every other candidate is dancing to the tune of their biggest donors. And in my case, my biggest donor is me.
America's listening to Fox News.
You've imagined that perfect home, designed it in your mind. At Destiny Real Estate, it's dreams that we provide. We buy or sell residential ranches, lots and more. Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more.
If you're looking to rent, please join our website at www.destinyluxuryrental.com. I've got everything from a little 2-bedroom all the way up to a 10,000 square foot home with an indoor swimming pool. Again, that's destinyluxuryrental.com. And I'm needing some more homes. If you wanted to make a little extra income, just give me a call. Rhonda Burns, 575-257-3000. At Destiny Real Estate, our business is built on dreams and imagination. Telephone 575-257-3000.
Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more. Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more.
SDR Enterprises of Hobbs is your complete dirt work, construction, hydrovac, and trucking service. Whether your needs are environmental cleanup or hauling materials, SDR has you covered. Call 575-390-9585 to schedule service today. That's 575-390-9585. SDR Enterprises, proudly serving homes, ranches, and businesses across southeast New Mexico and West Texas.
Honey, what are you doing? It's 4 a.m.
Well, I'm making a big breakfast for you and the kids. We got to get going this morning. It's a long drive to Midland Airport.
I booked our flights out of our airport here in Hobbs. It's in town, not in Texas.
Well, you want some toast?
Is that strawberry?
Organic boysenberry.
I'm going back to bed.
Love you.
Flying in and out of Hobbs gives you more time and less stress. So when it's time to fly, you gotta fly Hobbs.
Did you know that when you become employed with Eddy County, you'll be receiving one of the best and most competitive benefits packages in southeast New Mexico? Eddy County offers great pay, paid vacation, paid sick leave, and holiday pay in addition. You get para-retirement, and for full-time employees, 100% health insurance paid and 60% for your dependents. You can find a list of open positions and apply at New Mexico Workforce Connection or online at eddycounty.org. Eddy County is an equal opportunity employer.
Incidents of illegal dumping of household, commercial, and industrial waste are on the rise across southeastern New Mexico. Illegal dumps affect public health, safety, and the environment. Folks in both Lee and Eddy counties can call now and report illegal dumping to a hotline sponsored by the Southeast New Mexico Illegal Dumping Partnership and hosted by Lee County. The hotline number is 1-844-496-5509. Again, that's 1-844-496-5509. Report illegal dumping and be a part of the solution.
Year-end clearance continues at National Furniture Liquidators. Hundreds of new markdowns on everything for your home. Big savings like this fireplace television stand, just $288. A pub table, 4 stools and bench, just $588. A big Ashley sectional, just $788. Or Ashley Queen Master bedrooms, your choice, just $1488 and more. Plus great financing options regardless of your credit. Everything for your home on sale now at National Furniture Liquidators. When it comes to value, quality, and selection,
nobody beats Shorty. It's almost time.
Almost time what?
Professional bull riding is coming to Hobbs.
Professional bull riding?
That's right. Professional bull riding is coming back to Hobbs. And you better not miss it. Mom and Dad, Grandpa and Grandma. Even my sister needs to go.
It must be fun if you're inviting your sister. Get your Tough Hedeman Bull Riding Tour tickets now at Martin Boot Company in Hobbs or online at selectaseatlubbock.com. The best bull riding on the planet. Coming January 20th to Lee County Event Center.
Get your tickets now at the Lee County Event Center. Special thanks to ASC Irrigation, America Supply, the Lucky Family of Excellence, First American Bank, Ranger Energy Services, Frank's Supply, and Western Heritage Museum.
Professional bull riding is coming to Hobbs.
Tough Hedeman bull riding. The best bull riding on the planet. Coming January 20th to Lee County Event Center.
Don't talk to me like you know me.
Be in the Breakfast Club. Rest assured you're not going to learn a thing here. If we get caught.
Let me start off with 2 words. Made in America. I'm not joking about that.
I am not joking about that. I'm telling you. 9:21.
2 important words. Made in America.
Yeah. You know, it used to be we had people working in factories making things with their hands in this country. Those jobs, few and far between.
That is true.
Maybe that's what he ought to change. Few and far between. I know it's 3 words. I know it's a lot. But I think he could do it.
Made in America.
Yeah, made in America. Used to be made in America. 9:21. Text line is open, 877-396-W105. Good news of the day coming up next.
Texter says, heck, man, I spent $50 a week just on beer, says this one texter. And another texter is asking, why is she even flying pregnant? The other texter
says. That was a question that I had.
Yeah, good question.
Texter says, is Trump going to be able to run again? He's already running. Matter of fact, the Iowa caucuses are tonight. And then
Trump is fine.
Yeah,
Trump is not going to be told that he can't run for office.
Yeah, he's going to win. And California or Colorado, God forbid, though, if Tom makes a mistake, says Hector from Eunice, you guys will crucify him. Maybe, Kevin, maybe you need a cognitive test as well. Says
hey, I have no problem taking the cognitive test. Please, give me the cognitive test. I have no problem taking it.
Give it tomorrow, bro. Give it tomorrow.
And by the way, there's a big difference than making a mistake than being told by multiple people that you're wrong and still not being. And the whole thing, just go look it up.
I did. I'm going to be like Aaron Tippin. I'm going to stand for something.
Or fall for anything.
So there
yes, you go. Thank you.
This next texter said, I called it. The Cowboys are one and done, says the texter. I bet you, Blake, another lunch at the end of the week, Mike McCarthy's gone and Bill Belichick will be the new head coach.
I will take that bet.
You want to take that one?
Yes, because Bill Belichick likes to run his own show, and he won't go anywhere near the Jerry Jones.
But nobody's going to hire a 72-year-old.
No, I'll take the bet straight up. It's Belichick by the end of the week or not, you're on.
Okay. B, you want to take that bet?
You'll owe me two.
For Jerry Jones.
Say again?
Nobody wants to work for Jerry Jones.
Well, especially someone like Bill Belichick who runs his own show. So, yeah, if you think Bill Belichick is going to be it.
Him and Jerry have been friends for years, dude.
I will take that.
Wait.
You'll owe me two by the end of the week.
Mm-hmm. We can only get one at a time now. Come on.
Well, yeah, 2 days in a row.
I think
it's $50.
You want to get in on that, Kevin? You want to bet him a lunch for when you come back?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, heck yeah. Let's get her done, Tom.
There you go.
He'll be back till July, so I can save money for that one.
Yeah, you're good.
And one more on the question of the day.
Yeah, a buffet is like $100 a piece.
No, it was like $14.
$14.
Yeah, exactly.
And one more text B on the question of the day: would you let anyone smoke in your house? This texter says, "Heck no! I don't even smoke in my own house," says the texter.
B? Thank you, Tom.
Yeah.
All right, Ohio parents charged after a 4-year-old son overdosed on fentanyl. You heard me right. A 4-year-old overdosed on fentanyl on his birthday. Authorities found and apprehended 39-year-old Denard Bishop Thursday, while the mother, identified as 34-year-old Alexis Scarborough, was arrested days before. Video footage shows the woman in court. Incident happened while she was visiting her son, of whom she does not have custody of. 2 adults are now facing charges endangering a child. Fentanyl is such a poisonous drug that just coming into contact with, maybe it was fentanyl was on her purse and the kid touched, God only knows. Even police officers have to be very, very, very cautious. 2 Navy SEALs going missing off the Somalian coast. Nighttime boarding mission happened and there was an accident, so they're still looking for him. I tried to update the story to see if there was an update. I did not see anything. A man arrested for running over and killing his girlfriend's husband in Albuquerque over the weekend. That happened Friday night, and the guy they arrested was a guard at the Metropolitan Detention Center. And when you read the headline, man arrested for running over and killing his girlfriend's husband, you just kind of go, what the hell's going on here? Well, love triangle, evidently.
Welcome to Albuquerque.
Yeah, exactly. All right, we got to get to the good news of the day. Before we get to that, I need to talk about our friend Rebecca Long, Atlas Makeup Mirror, atlasmakeupmirror.com for more information. If you haven't heard about the Atlas Makeup Mirror, go check it out. If you're looking for the best makeup mirror in the business, comes with a traveling case, travels easy, weighs less than 4 pounds. Go check out the Atlas Makeup Mirror. Also, go on Facebook and Instagram. Check out the videos. Cool thing is it's now available in Carlsbad and in Hobbs at Albertsons. And if you're in Midland, Odessa, you can stop by Market Street and pick one up. If you haven't seen the ad there in the Vogue magazine for December, it's pretty cool. And they've got advertising that's being now, it's all over Texas TV. AtlasMakeupMirror.com. Go check it out today or call Rebecca Long, 575-631-3189. A great gift for Valentine's Day. All right, we got to get to the boob of the day, the good news of the day. Still to come, we've got Tradio on the way. We'll keep you updated with everything throughout the day and keep giving you a chance to qualify for that trip to Disney. Good news being brought to you by Farmers Insurance Agent Herschel Rustin Hayes, Avenue D in Lovington, 575-396-0513. Home, auto, life insurance, commercial insurance. Find them in Lovington, right across the street from Bob's Stripway. Or call him, 575-396-0513. Herschel Rustin Hayes, your Farmers Insurance Agent, proud sponsor of the good news of the day.
So happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day. He would have been 95 today. They say you're supposed to do about 5 ways that you can help other people today in his honor. So that would be a good thing to do. A family near Albany, New York, repurposed their giant skeleton decoration from Halloween and used it to warn truckers about a low bridge up ahead. And that he had a big banner sign that he was holding. It said, low bridge, 10 feet. And a cop in Vermont named Michelle Archer recently dove into a half-frozen lake and saved an 8-year-old girl who had fallen through the ice. Her chest cam got it all on video last month, and the girl made a full recovery. And the video is out there if you want to go look. And finally, an 80-year-old man in India passed away, or at least that's what everyone thought. On the way to his funeral, the car hit a pothole.
Uh-oh.
He suddenly woke up. He was on a ventilator for a while, but the last news report said that he was breathing on his own again.
Wow.
And that is your good news of the day.
Good news of the day being brought to you by our friend Herschel Rustin Hayes, Avenue D in Lovington. Check him out today. We're out of here. We'll see you tomorrow morning for the Tuesday edition of BN the Breakfast Club. And Tom, you'll be wrong tomorrow too. God bless you.
Happy MLK Day.
Yeah, get out there and celebrate. Great man, did great things, and we can all do a part to pass his message on.
Yep.
That we're all created equal. Doesn't matter what color we are, we all do great things.
That's right.
So, all right, we got to get to the Tradio news this morning, being brought to you by our buddies at Roach Air Conditioning and Heating, your choice for the next HVAC job or heating job. They've got the experience to take care of all of your heating and air conditioning needs. Give them a call today, 575-631-1999. Roach Air Conditioning and Heating. Check them out today. Tradio coming up next. Let's check in with news.
News brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington. Getting the job done right every time since 2004.
Proudly serving most phases of the oil field process, Stone Oilfield Services has a fleet of over 60 trucks and a workforce of over 100 employees. From water blowback services and pit